Yisrael. We authenticate. Praises to Yahweh and his son Yahshua. Now all the men of Israel rise on up. When we say the commandments, look mama, no fringes. His mercy endures forever. Blessed to see another Sabbath, the Sabbath day of the week, where all his saints gather. Shabbat shalom, my brother. Shabbat shalom, my sister. This means peace on Yahweh's Sabbath. Shabbat shalom, Judah. Shabbat shalom, Yisrael. This means peace on Yahweh's Sabbath. Lead the world out there. Sisters, cover your hair. Brothers, gird your loin. Deacon, blow the ram's horn. Now sit back and listen. What the Spirit saying to the churches. Keep his commandments, law, statutes, and judgments. Deuteronomy chapter 6, verses 4 and 5. Whoever said the law was done away with Israel, they lied. One part of forever that they don't understand. As it is written, his saints will take the land. Now invite the angel that stand at the door to come in and sup with us, and us with him as we read out of this great legacy. The greatest love story ever told, more valuable than silver and gold. Many are called, but few are chose. Yahweh willing, we make it home. Shabbat shalom, my brother. Shabbat shalom, my sister. This means peace on Yahweh's Sabbath. Shabbat shalom, Judah. Shabbat shalom, Israel. This means peace on Yahweh's Sabbath. Shabbat shalom, my brother. Shabbat shalom, my sister. This means peace on Yahweh's Sabbath. Shabbat shalom, Judah. Shabbat shalom, Israel. This means peace on Yahweh's Sabbath. About the gospel and the epistles and all the letters in the New Testament. This the new covenant congregation of Israel. We authenticate, seeking out the lost sheep of the house of Yahuwah, singing praises to Yahweh and his son Yahshua. Now all the men of Israel rise on up. When we say the commandments, look mama, no fringes. His mercy endures forever. Blessed to see another Sabbath, the Sabbath day of the week, where all his saints gather. Shabbat shalom, my brother. Shabbat shalom, my sister. This means peace on Yahweh's Sabbath. Shabbat shalom, Judah. Shabbat shalom, Yisrael. This means peace on Yahweh's Sabbath. Lead the world out there. Sisters, cover your hair. Brothers, gird your loin. Deacon, blow the ram's horn. Now sit back and listen. What the Spirit saying to the churches. Keep his commandments, law, statutes, and judgments. Deuteronomy chapter 6, verses 4 and 5. Whoever said the law was done away with Israel, they lied. One part of forever that they don't understand. As it is written, his saints will take the land. Now invite the angel that stand at the door to come in and sup with us, and us with him as we read out of this great legacy. The greatest love story ever told, more valuable than silver and gold. Many are called, but few are chose. Yahweh willing, we make it home. Shabbat shalom, my brother. Shabbat shalom, my sister. This means peace on Yahweh. Yahweh Sabbath. Shabbat Shalom Judah, Shabbat Shalom Israel. This means peace on Yahweh Sabbath. Shabbat Shalom my brother, Shabbat Shalom my sister. This means peace on Yahweh Sabbath. Shabbat Shalom Judah, Shabbat Shalom Israel. This means peace on Yahweh Sabbath.
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, O Yisrael. And praise y'all for another holy Shabbat.
Yes.
Today we will be having pre-class out of Psalms chapter 34. That's Psalms chapter 34. I will bless Yahweh at all times. His praise shall continually be in my mouth. My soul shall make her boast in Yahweh. The humble shall hear thereof and be glad. O magnify Yahweh with me, and let us exalt his name together. I sought Yahweh, and he heard me, and delivered me from all my fears. They looked unto him and were lightened, and their faces were not ashamed. This poor man cried, and Yahweh heard him, and saved him out of all his troubles. The angel of Yahweh encampeth round about them that fear him, and delivered them. O taste and see that Yahweh is good. Blessed is the man that trusted in him. O fear Yahweh, you his saints, for there is no want to them that fear him. The young lions do lack and suffer hunger, but they that seek Yahweh shall not want any good thing. Come, you children, hearken unto me. I will teach you the fear of Yahweh. What man is he that desireth life, and loveth many days, that he may see good? Keep thy tongue from evil, and thy lips from speaking guile. Depart from evil and do good. Seek peace and pursue it. The eyes of Yahweh are upon the righteous, and his ears are open unto their cry. The face of Yahweh is against them that do evil, to cut off the remembrance of them from the earth. The righteous cry, and Yahweh heareth, and delivered them out of all their troubles. Yahweh is near unto them that are of a broken heart, and saveth such as be of a contrite spirit. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but Yahweh delivered him out of all of them. Hold on, let me read that. But Yahweh delivered him out of them all. He keep all his bones. Not one of them is broken. Evil shall slay the wicked, and they that hate the righteous shall be desolate. Yahweh redeemed the soul of his servants, and none of them that trust in him shall be desolate. All right, let us stand and kneel for the prayer. Going down for prayer.
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, my brother. Shabbat Shalom, my sister. This means peace on Yahweh Sabbath. Shabbat Shalom, Judah. Shabbat Shalom, Israel. This means peace on Yahweh Sabbath. We read it not the Torah. We read it from the prophets, the wisdom books and the Psalms. Can't forget about the gospel and the epistles and all the letters in the New Testament. This the new covenant, congregation of Israel. We authenticate, seeking out the lost sheep of the house of Yahuwah, singing praises to Yahweh and his son Yahshua. Now all the men of Israel rise on up. When we say the commandments, look mama, no fringes. His mercy endures forever. Blessed to see another Sabbath, the Sabbath day of the week, where all his saints gather. Shabbat shalom, my brother. Shabbat shalom, my sister. This means peace on Yahweh's Sabbath. Shabbat shalom, Judah. Shabbat shalom, Yisrael. This means peace on Yahweh's Sabbath. Lead the world out there. Sisters, cover your hair. Brothers, gird your loin. Deacon, blow the ram's horn. Now sit back and listen. What the Spirit saying to the churches. Keep his commandments, law, statutes, and judgments. Deuteronomy chapter 6, verses 4 and 5. Whoever said the law was done away with Israel, they lied. One part of forever that they don't understand. As it is written, his saints will take the land. Now invite the angel that stand at the door to come in and sup with us, and us with him as we read out of this great legacy, the greatest love story ever told, more valuable than silver and gold. Many are called, but few are chose. Yahweh willing, we make it home. Shabbat shalom, my brother. Shabbat shalom, my sister. This means peace on Yahweh's Sabbath. Shabbat shalom, Judah. Shabbat shalom, Israel. This means peace on Yahweh's Sabbath. Shabbat shalom, my brother. Shabbat shalom, my sister. This means peace on Yahweh's Sabbath. Shabbat shalom, Judah. Shabbat shalom, Israel. This means peace on Yahweh's Sabbath. About the gospel and the epistles and all the letters in the New Testament. This the new covenant, congregation of Israel. We authenticate, seeking out the lost sheep of the house of Yahuwah, singing praises to Yahweh and his son Yahshua. Now all the men of Israel rise on up. When we say the commandments, look mama, no fringes. His mercy endures forever. Blessed to see another Sabbath, the Sabbath day of the week, where all his saints gather. Shabbat shalom, my brother. Shabbat shalom, my sister. This means peace on Yahweh's Sabbath. Shabbat shalom, Judah. Shabbat shalom, Yisrael. This means peace on Yahweh's Sabbath. Lead the world out there. Sisters, cover your hair. Brothers, gird your loin. Deacon, blow the ram's horn. Now sit back and listen. What the Spirit saying to the churches. Keep his commandments, law, statutes, and judgments. Deuteronomy chapter 6, verses 4 and 5. Whoever said the law was done away with Israel, they lied. One part of forever that they don't understand. As it is written, his saints will take the land. Now invite the angel that stand at the door to come in and sup with us, and us with him as we read out of this great legacy. The greatest love story ever told, more valuable than silver and gold. Many are called, but few are chose. Yahweh willing, we make it home. Shabbat shalom, my brother. Shabbat shalom, my sister. This means peace on Yahweh's Sabbath. Shabbat shalom, Judah. Shabbat shalom, Israel. This means peace on Yahweh's Sabbath. Shabbat shalom, my brother. Shabbat shalom, my sister. This means peace on Yahweh's Sabbath. Shabbat shalom, Judah. Shabbat shalom, Israel. This means peace on Yahweh's Sabbath.
Shabbat Shalom, family. Shabbat Shalom. Today we have 3 selections. The first one is Hallelujah. Yahweh from the heavens, praise him in the highest. Praise to him, all his angels. Praise you him, all his hosts. Praise you him, sun and moon. Praise him, all the stars and lights. Praise him, you heavens of heavens. And you waters that be above the heavens. Let them praise the name of Yahweh, for he commanded, and they were created. He hath also established them forever and ever. He hath made a decree which shall not pass. Praise Yahweh from the earth. The children of Israel, and people near unto him. Praise ye Yahweh. Praise ye Yahweh. Sing unto Yahweh a new song, and his praise in the congregation of saints. Let Israel rejoice in him that made him. Let the children of Zion rejoice in their king. Let them praise his name in the dance. Let them sing praises unto him with the take a pleasure in his people. Will beautify the meek with salvation. Let the saints be joyful in glory. And them sing loud upon their beds. Let the high praises of Elohim be in their mouth, and a two-edged sword in their hand, to execute vengeance upon the heathen, and punishments upon the people. To bind their kings with chains, and their nobles with fetters of iron. To execute upon them the judgment written. This honor have all the saints. Praise ye Yahweh. Praise ye Yahweh. Praise Elohim in his sanctuary. Praise him in the firmament of his power. Praise him for his mighty acts. Praise him according to his excellent grace. Praise him with the sound of the trumpet. Praise him with the psaltery and harp. Praise him with the timbrel and dance. Praise him with stringed instruments and organs. Praise him upon the loud cymbals. Praise him upon the high sounding cymbals. And everything that hath breath. Praise Yahweh. Praise ye Yahweh. Hallelujah. Our next selection is Ride On, King Yahshua.
Psalms chapter 45, verse 1. My heart is indicted in a good matter. I speak of the things which I have made touching the king. My tongue is the pen of a ready writer. Thou art fairer than the children of men. Grace is poured into thy lips. Therefore Elohim hath blessed thee forever. Gird thy sword upon thy thigh, O most mighty, with thy glory and thy majesty. And in thy majesty ride prosperously because of truth and meekness and righteousness. And thy right hand shall teach thee terrible things. Thine arrows are sharp in the heart of the king's enemies, whereby the people fall under thee. Amen.
Ride on, King Yahshua.
No man cannot hinder me. Ride on, King
section is, I'm going down to the river of Jordan.
Yeah, man. Joshua chapter 22, verse 1. Then Joshua called the Reubenites and the Gadites and the half-tribe of Manasseh and said unto them, you have kept all that Moshe, the servant of Yahweh, commanded you, and have obeyed my voice in all that I commanded you. You have not left your brethren these many days unto this day, but have kept the charge of the commandment of Yahweh your Elohim. And now Yahweh your Elohim have given rest unto your brethren as he had promised them. Therefore now return you and get you unto your tents and unto the land of your possession, which Moshe, the servant of Yahweh, gave you on the other side Jordan. Amen.
Oh, I'm going down to the river of
Jordan. I'm going down to the river of Jordan one of these days. Hallelujah. I'm going down to the river of Jordan. Going down to the river of Jordan one of these days.
Oh, I'm going down to the river of
Jordan. I'm going down to the river of Jordan one of these days. Hallelujah. I'm going down to the river of Jordan. Going down to the river of Jordan one of these days.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound. It's rich like me.
Bum, ba, ba, ba.
Was blind, but now I see. Oh, I'm going to sit at the welcome
Table. I'm going to sit at the welcome table one of these days. Hallelujah. I'm going to sit at the welcome table. Going to sit at the welcome table one of these days.
through many ways and told him I am already come.
Bum, ba, 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 ba.
Praise and glory, save Lord, and grace will lead me home. Oh, I'm gonna feast on milk and
Honey. I'm going to feast on milk and honey one of these days. Hallelujah. I'm going to feast on milk and honey. Going to feast on milk and honey one of these days.
oh, I'm going down to the river of
Jordan. I'm going down to the river of Jordan one of these days. Hallelujah. I'm going down to the river of Jordan. I'm going down to the river of Jordan one of these days.
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, my brother. Shabbat Shalom, my sister. This means peace on Yahweh's Sabbath. Shabbat Shalom, Judah. Shabbat Shalom, Israel. This means peace on Yahweh's Sabbath. We read it, not the Torah. We read it from the prophets, the wisdom books, and the Psalms. Can't forget about the gospel and the epistles and all the letters in the New Testament. This the new covenant congregation of Israel. We authenticator, seeking out the lost sheep of the house of Yahuwah, singing praises to Yahweh and his son Yahshua. Now all the men of Israel rise on up. We be say the commandments. Look, mama, no fringes. His mercy endures forever. Blessed to see another Sabbath, the Sabbath day of the week, where all his saints gather. Shabbat Shalom, my brother. Shabbat Shalom, my sister. This means peace on Yahweh's Sabbath. Shabbat Shalom, Judah. Shabbat Shalom, Israel. This means peace on Yahweh's Sabbath. Lead the world out there. Sisters, cover your hair. Brothers, gird your loin. Deacon, blow the ram's horn. Now sit back and listen. With the Spirit saying to the churches, keep His commandments, law, statutes, and judgments. Deuteronomy chapter 6, verses 4 and 5. Whoever said the law was done away with Israel, they lied. What part of forever that they don't understand? As it is written, His saints will take the land. Now invite the angel that stand at the door to come in and sup with us, and us with Him, as we read out of this great legacy, the greatest love story ever told, more valuable than silver and gold. Many are called, but few are chose. Yahweh willing, we make it home. Shabbat shalom, my brother. Shabbat shalom, my sister. This means peace on Yahweh's Sabbath. Shabbat shalom, Judah. Shabbat shalom, Israel. This means peace on Yahweh's Sabbath. Shabbat shalom, my brother. Shabbat shalom, my sister. This means peace on Yahweh's Sabbath. Shabbat shalom, Judah. Shabbat shalom, Israel. This means peace on Yahweh's Sabbath.
Shabbat Shalom, O Israel. That ends with reading the pre-class scripture and the 3 songs from the Voices of Israel. And now I'm going to read the oracles of NCCI to invite the angel that stands at the door to come in and sup with us and us with him. I'm going to begin in 1 Peter chapter 4, verses 7 through 11. 1 Peter chapter 4, verses 7 through 11. But the end of all things is at hand. Be you therefore sober and watch unto prayer. And above all things, have fervent love among yourselves, for love shall cover the multitude of sins. Use hospitality one to another without grudging. As every man have received a gift, even so minister the same one to another as good stewards of the manifold grace of Elohim. If any man speak, let him speak as the oracles of Elohim. If any man minister, let him do it as of the ability which Elohim giveth, that Elohim in all things may be glorified through Yahshua, the Hamashiach, to whom be praise and dominion forever and ever. Amen. Ephesians chapter 4, verse 29. Ephesians chapter 4, verse 29. Let no corrupt communication proceed out of your mouth, but that which is good to the use of edifying, that it may minister grace unto the hearers. And grieve not the Holy Spirit of Elohim, whereby you are sealed unto the day of redemption. Let all bitterness and wrath and anger and clamor and evil speaking be put away from you with all malice. And be you kind one to another, tenderhearted, forgiving one another, even as Elohim for the Mashiach's sake have forgiven you. Be you therefore followers of Elohim as dear children, and walk in love as the Mashiach also hath loved us, and have given himself for us an offering and a sacrifice to Elohim for a sweet smelling savor. But fornication and all uncleanness or covetousness, let it not be once named among you, as becometh saints. Neither filthiness nor foolish talking, nor jesting, which are not convenient, but rather giving of thanks. Amen. Revelation chapter 3, verses 20 through 22. Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come into him and will sup with him, and he with me. To him that overcometh will I grant to sit with me in my throne, even as I also overcame and am set down with my Father in his throne. He that has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says unto the congregations. Amen. Once again, to the men of Israel, you're allowed to ask 2 questions, and when you want to ask a question, please go over to the mic and stand there long enough so the cameras can get a good shot of you. And when asking a question, raise your voice so that you can be heard. And anything else you want to ask the elder, you sisters also, you can ask them after the benediction, YAHWEH. Brothers, keep your questions pertinent to the sermon that's being taught. No one should be tuned in to social media. This is YAHWEH's Holy Shabbat. And now the elder priest is going to come up behind the altar and teach today's Sabbath sermon that the Spirit has given him.
Shabbat Shalom, O Israel. Please be seated. Welcome once again to another Sabbath service Yahweh has allowed us to keep in the land of our captivity. We thank Yahweh for those of you who are joining us for the first time. We pray that what you hear today is edifying unto you as you come back on the next Sabbath. So let us invite the angel that stands by the door to come in and sup with us and us with him, that as we read out of this great legacy, we may be nourished and grow thereby. Brother Stephen, let's start this off first of all by reading the Shema. And for those of you who don't know what the Shema is, it can be found in Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 4 and verse 5. This is what we call the Shema.
Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 4. Hear, O Israel, Yahweh our Elohim is one, Adonai. And thou shalt love Yahweh thy Elohim with all thine heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy might.
That is what we call the Shema, and the Mashiach added to the Shema by saying, you shall love your neighbor as yourself. And on these 2 commandments hang all the law and the prophets. Now all the men of Israel rise up. All the men of Israel rise up and let us recite the first covenant that Yahweh made with our fathers at Mount Sinai, the 10 Commandments. And for those of you who don't know the 10 Commandments, we're going to start this off in Exodus chapter 20, verse 3 to verse 17. And Yahweh willing will recite the new covenant that is in Jeremiah chapter 31, verse 31 to verse 33. Let us begin with the first covenant, the 10 Commandments. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in earth beneath, or that is in water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them nor serve them. For I, Yahweh thy Elohim, am a jealous Elohim, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the 3rd and 4th generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy to thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. Thou shalt not take the name of Yahweh thy Elohim in vain, for Yahweh will not hold them guiltless that taketh his name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work, but the 7th day is the Sabbath of Yahweh thy Elohim. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy name, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that within thy gates. For in 6 days Yahweh made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the 7th day. Wherefore Yahweh blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. Honor thy mother, thy father, let there be long that thy man giveth thee. Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor. Praise Yah. Now let's recite the new covenant again in Jeremiah chapter 31, verse 31 to verse 33. Behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Yehudah. Not according to the covenant I made with our fathers in the day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt, which my covenant they break, although I was a husband unto them, saith Yahweh. But this shall be the covenant I will make with the house of Israel. After those days, saith Yahweh, I will put my law in every parts and write it in their hearts, and will be their Elohim, and they shall be my people. Praise Yah. We have a prophecy class tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock, and we have a history class on the third day. Let me stop there. We have a feast for unleavened bread that day, but normally we have a history class on the third day at 8 o'clock, and we have a sisters class every fifth day at 8 o'clock, and you can reach them on Zoom. But again, let me remind you, we have the end of the Feast of Unleavened Bread coming up on this third day, so that just keep that in mind. Before I get started, let me thank the workers that served and cleaned up on these holy days, holy feast days, also many visitors. So we thank Yahweh for you. We're working back there in the kitchen. Serving us food, and it had to take a lot of patience with us to serve us, because you know how us can be. I'd like to finish up last week's sermon, brothers and sisters, called The Revelations of Yahweh and Yahshua Hamashiach, Part 2. It is an amazing thing to find out, O Israel, that white people and the rest of the nation do not hate us because of the color of our skin, but because of who we are as a people. They are jealous of us because we are chosen by God himself to be his people. But they want to be God's chosen people. What they do not understand is that the Bible contains the covenants by Yahweh made with our forefathers and cannot be broken. They refuse to accept what Yahshua Hamashiach said to the white woman whose daughter was grievously vexed with the devil, saying, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. But everything all right?
They happy. Something going on with them.
They're in a little world, man. None else matters. But in all the over 400 years of us being here in America, we have never heard one Christian acknowledge the fact that Christ was sent only to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. But such a statement has no place in the religion of Christianity.
Right.
And then 500 or 600 years later, the Quran was written, where the Muslims proclaimed that the Quran was greater than the Bible. They say that the Quran was not written by a human author, but is a direct word of their Allah, revealed to their prophet Muhammad in Arabic through the angel Gabriel over the course of 23 years. But Muhammad was illiterate. He could neither read nor write, whereas the Bible was written by chosen men of Yahweh that were very literate and highly intelligent Israelites that recorded not only the law and the prophets, but also the Psalms, the wisdom books, the historical books, the Gospels, and the epistles. And so it is impossible to accept that the Quran was written over a span of 23 years by a man that could not read nor write. Is greater than the Bible that was written by the holy men of Israel over a span of 1,500 and 1,600 years, not counting the Gospels and the epistles. The Bible was approximately, the Bible has approximately 800,000 words and 31,102 verses. The Quran has approximately 7,000 to 80,000 words and 6,236 to 6,300 plus verses. All of the prophets of Yahweh were of the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and the 12 tribes of Israel. Therefore, it is presumptuous for the Muslims to say that Muhammad was the last and final prophet. He may have been a prophet to the God of the Muslims, but he was not a prophet of Yahweh. Therefore, he was a false prophet. He was an Arab and not an Israelite, not like all other of Yahweh's prophets, except for Abraham. Muhammad was never sent to the children of Israel to say to the children of Israel, thus saith Yahweh. Instead, the so-called last prophet was responsible for for the beheading of 700 to 900 of Yahweh's chosen people, and all the women and children were taken prisoners and sold into slavery. None of Yahweh's prophets ever killed any of the children of Israel, nor did they kill any of the Jews. Yahweh's prophets did not take the women and their children of the children of Israel, nor of the Jews, as prisoners and sold them off as slaves. There is no record of Muhammad traveling to the land of Israel, where all of Yahweh's people lived at one time. And that too should make him suspect and his religion suspect. But the Muslims are famous for their violence against non-believers of Islam. However, Yahshua Hamashiach never taught the Jews to be violent to those who did not believe in him. And so we can conclude that Christianity and Islam are two of the most bloodiest and the most violent religions in history. But Christians say that Christianity is a religion of love. And Muslims say that Islam is a religion of peace. But again, their histories prove otherwise. There is no truth in their religions, nor do they advocate for it. There is, however, no religion in the truth, and that is Yahweh's truth. We have never heard of a Christian or of a Muslim seeking the truth. And if they are not about the truth, they can never receive the spirit of truth. Neither do these two religions keep Yahweh's law, nor any of his commandments. And so we can be sure that those that refuse to keep any of his laws and his commandments to have a place in the kingdom of heaven, much less the kingdom of Elohim. Christians say that when a Christian dies, they go straight to heaven. The Muslims say that when a Muslim dies, they go to paradise. But none of these things can be found written in the Bible anywhere. And if none of these things can be found written in the Bible, we have to wonder why Christians and Muslims believe them. No Christian that supposed to have went to heaven ever came back to earth to tell Christians what heaven was like. Nor has a Muslim returned from paradise to tell Muslims what paradise was like. But those are the main drawing cards that brings people to their religions. But we have Yahshua Hamashiach that died and was raised back up again on the third day. And after giving his disciples their final instructions, a cloud came and took them off to heaven, witnessed by his disciples, and a record was made of the event. He even said that one day he would return. But there's one thing that Yahshua HaMashiach did not give his disciples, and that was a religion. There was nothing that he taught the Jews, O Judah, that could be called a religion. But religious people do not follow his doctrine. Their religion is their own doctrine. Religious people are not Yahweh's people, nor are they Yahshua HaMashiach's people. Lawless Christian Jews believe every word that white Christians say about the God of white Christians. And they do not realize that the reason white Christians say that God has no more law is because white Christians were never given the law in the first place. But the law was given to lawless Christian Jews, though. And because they follow everything that white Christians do, they do not realize that following white Christians in not keeping Yahweh's law, they are cut off from God. Yahweh does not hear the prayer of lawless Christian Jews, for they are a sinful people. And if he does not hear the prayer of an unrepentant, sinful people, he definitely does not hear the prayers of white Christians, the people that taught lawless Christian Jews that it was all right to break Yahweh's law. But the Muslims have their own law. It is called Sharia law. And it has a reputation of being brutal and sadistic, especially toward women. And these foolish white Americans allowed these Muslims to take root here in America. And they refuse to assimilate into the American society. The governor of Texas has signed a law banning Sharia law, but it is too late. There are too many Muslims here in the United States, and they have taken over some states like Minnesota, where the white governor of Minnesota proclaimed recently that the Minnesotans will stand by the side of illegal Muslim Somalians. But we must remember, O Israel, that it was white Americans that voted these sorts of people into office. This is why Yahweh gave us a law that says no one should rule over us except one of our brethren and a man that he would choose. There was no voting for a king back in those days. All of the nations among whom the children of Israel dwelt among had kings. And so eventually Yahweh gave them a king. But all the kings of Israel and all the kings of Judah are gone now. And Yahweh has placed us in a land that is not ours. But to come to that realization, Yahweh through Yahshua Hamashiach had to open our eyes and our ears to understand what is really going on. We now see that we have been misled by white Christians for over 400 years. But then white Christians have been misled by the devil himself. They do not realize it either because they are not Yahweh's people. Brother Stephen, let's start this off in 2 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 10 to verse 15. 2 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 10 to verse 15. I said 2 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 10 to verse 15.
Second Corinthians chapter 11, verse 10. As the truth of the Mashiach is in me, no man shall stop me of this boasting in the regions of Achaia. Why? Because I love you not? Elohim knoweth. But what I do, that I will do, that I cut off occasion from them which desire occasion, that wherein they glory, they may be found even as we. For such are false apostles, deceitful workers, transforming themselves into the apostles of the Mashiach. And no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. Therefore, it is no great thing if his ministers also be transformed as the ministers of righteousness, whose end shall be according to their works.
We are the only people that understand what that means. Well, because we know we have wicked people out there pretending to be religious, but anytime a religious person comes up to us, we can see right through them. Because this is not a religious book, it's our history book, and it's chock full of information just for the children of Israel. And we are those people because we identify with the people of the book. White people can't identify with this unless they color everybody in the Bible white. Brother Stephen, let's go to Psalm 19, verse 7 to verse 11. Psalm 19, verse 7 to verse 11.
Psalm chapter 19, verse 7. The law of Yahweh is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of Yahweh is sure, making wise the simple. The statutes of Yahweh are right, rejoicing the heart. The commandment of Yahweh is pure, enlightening the eyes. The fear of Yahweh is clean, enduring forever. The judgments of Yahweh are true and righteous altogether. More to be desired are they than gold, yea, than much fine gold. Sweeter also than honey and the honeycomb. Moreover, by them is thy servant warned, and in keeping of them there is great reward.
Well, Christians don't believe that. It's to them, it's a waste of time. What is the point of keeping these commandments and I'm not going to get a reward for it? Well, the reward for keeping the commandments is peace. Because now you have no doubts as to what is right and what is wrong. Whereas when you look around you, you see people do not know what is right and what is wrong, all because they refuse to keep this law. Brother Stephen, Let's go to Jeremiah 17, verse 9 and 10. Jeremiah 17, verse 9 and 10.
Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 9. The heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? I, Yahweh, search the heart. I try the reins, even to give every man according to his ways and according to the fruit of his doings.
So the question is, which is it, Yahweh or you? Because when you consider the power of Yahweh, that he controls everything, he knows everything, where do you come in? The thoughts that come into your mind. And where do those thoughts come from? Do you think of them yourself? But how do you know you thought of it? Yahweh can put that thought in your mind. Look at Judas Iscariot, King David, when they numbered the people. They didn't care whether that was right or wrong. But when Yahweh put Satan in your life, he can do to you, you can be doing things that you don't normally do. And you don't realize it until it's all over. So you got to wonder, with that much power, where are you in that power? Because if Yahweh wanted to, he has this whole sanctuary full of people. But he only has a few up in here, as you can see. So you wonder why. This is something that we have to look at and understand that it's Yahweh's will. Because Yahweh is the one keeping that door open. Now, how is that possible? You ain't got but a few heads up in here, yet the doors are always open. So it's something to consider in our everyday life. Why are things the way they are, and why do you think the way you do? And why is this word so appealing to you? Now, those two verses we just read here mean more to us than anyone else, because Yahweh showed it to us that in verse 9, the heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? Well, it's true. But why is it wicked? Well, you're dealing with two dynamics here. You're dealing with righteousness and you're dealing with Satan. The only reason you have to deal with Satan is because of your flesh. Satan can tempt your flesh. But then Yahweh can heal your flesh. See? So again, where are we in that mixture? Do we have our own self-will? No, we do not. We have to confess that. And sanctifying Yahweh, letting Yahweh know, yeah, it's Yah's will that we do this or do that. That way we sanctify Yahweh, and if it's Yahweh's will, it'll come to pass. Brother Stephen, let's go to Exodus chapter 3 and verse 1 through chapter 4 and verse 10. Exodus chapter 3 and verse 1 through chapter 4 and verse 10. I thought with these things.
Yeah, the food gone, right?
Hmm?
The food is gone. The crowd is gone. You know that, right?
Yeah.
You know what else?
Huh?
You know what?
Yeah.
The crowd is gone. The food is
There ain't
gone.
no food here. They ain't gonna come around. That's just like them folks be coming up to ask me for money all the time. If I wasn't here, they wouldn't come around.
But that's right.
They know where it come from. Exodus chapter 3 and verse 1 through chapter 4 and verse 10.
Now Moshe kept the flock of Jethro, his father-in-law, the priest of Midian. And he led the flock to the backside of the desert and came to the mountain of Elohim, even to Horeb. And the angel of Yahweh appeared unto him in a flame of fire out of the midst of a bush. And he looked, and behold, the bush burned with fire, and the bush was not consumed.
Little does he know that his life is about to change forever. Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
Exodus chapter 3, verse 3. And Moshe said, I will now turn aside and see this great sight while the bush is not burnt. And when Yahweh saw that he turned aside to see, Elohim called unto him out of the midst of the bush and said, Moshe, Moshe. And he said, Here am I. And he said, Draw not nigh hither, put off thy shoes from off thy feet, for the place whereon thou standest is holy ground. Moreover, he said, I am the God of thy father, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. And Moshe hid his face, for he was afraid to look upon Elohim. And Yahweh said, I have surely seen the affliction of my people which are in Egypt, and have heard their cry by reason of their taskmasters, for I know their sorrows. And I am come down to deliver them out of the hand of the Egyptians, and to bring them up out of that land unto a good land and a large, unto a land flowing with milk and honey, unto the place of the Canaanites and the Hittites and the Amorites and the Perizzites and the Hivites and the Jebusites. Now therefore, behold, the cry of the children of Israel is come unto me, and I have also seen the oppression wherewith the Egyptian oppressed them. Come now, therefore, and I will send thee unto Pharaoh, that thou mayest bring forth my people, the children of Israel, out of Egypt. And Moshe said unto Elohim, Who am I, that I should go unto Pharaoh, and that I should bring forth the children of Israel out of Egypt?
That's his first objection. You gonna send me there? And I just got out of there? Right? My folks turn me in, you want me to go right back to them. Right, so you know, see why he asked that question. Go ahead. He's trying to get out of this, in other words. Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
Exodus chapter 3, verse 12. And he said, Certainly I will be with thee, and this shall be a token unto thee that I have sent thee. When thou hast brought forth the people out of Egypt, you shall serve Elohim upon this mountain. And Moshe said unto Elohim, Behold, when I come unto the children of Israel, and shall say unto them, The Elohim of your fathers have sent me unto you, and they shall say to me, What is his name? What shall I say unto them? And Elohim said unto Moshe, I am that I am. And he said, Thus shalt thou say unto the children of Israel, I am have sent me unto you.
So what Christians should say, his name is, and God said unto Moshe, I'm Jesus Christ.
That's right. That's right.
And he said, Thus shalt thou say unto the children of Israel, JC has sent me unto you. But they say he God, right?
Right.
Well, why didn't you tell him his name? Go ahead, Stephen.
Exodus chapter 3, verse 15. And Elohim said moreover unto Moshe, Thus shalt thou say unto the children of Israel, Yahweh Elohim of your fathers, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob have sent me unto you. This is my name forever, and this is my memorial unto all generations. Go and gather the elders of Israel together, and say unto them, Yahweh Elohim of your fathers, the God of Abraham, of Isaac, and of Jacob, appeared unto me, saying, I have surely visited you, and seen that which is done to you in Egypt. And I have said, I will bring you up out of the affliction of Egypt unto the land of the Canaanites and the Hittites and the Amorites and the Perizzites and the Hivites and the Jebusites unto a land flowing with milk and honey.
Isn't that what he's doing now? Go ahead. So he's sending Moshe to tell the children of Israel that he knows what they're going through. And so what he's doing now is showing us that he's seen what we've been going through by these words. And if you continue to read the rest of the prophecy, you know that Yahweh's going to bring his people back into their land. So we're going through what they went through right now, right? So with that, this is the second time he's visiting his people. But only this time it's not a Moshe that is visiting his people, but Yahweh has teachers all over the country telling these people, the children of Israel, the same thing. That he's seen what these white people have been doing to us and seeing what they're still doing to us. And so he's letting us know that, yeah, I'm coming to get you again.
Shabbat shalom, my
Shabbat shalom, elder.
You remember when I think it was that Bible study, I told y'all that story about I helped that woman with the wheelchair.
Let him talk.
So, you know, I seen her struggling up the hill with the wheelchair.
Yes.
And Yahweh laid up on my heart, go help that woman. Mm-hmm. And I went to help her, and I said, I told her, I said, well, she said, oh, thank you so much. You know, I didn't know how I was going to do this here. And a conversation broke out between me and her, and I said, well, look, I said, the reason why I'm helping you because of the kindness of my heart, and you looked like you needed help. Mm-hmm. And the conversation went on and on and on. I said, well, do you really know who Jesus is?
Here we go.
I said, well, that's your devil. Let that wheel. I don't want to swear by heaven or by earth because I know it's his thorn and the earth is his footstool. That woman's eyes got big as 2 light bulbs and turned red, and the van came down the middle of her head. Let that goddamn chair go.
Why do you do that? You know you can't miss the black women and they Jesus.
Elder, I'm looking at that, brother. I'm kind of looking. Do it look like he got a bulletproof vest up under there?
I don't know, but
Somebody gonna come.
there's a reason why he's been out so long. These black women got along. Like, they will fight you to the death. You want to get on the mic?
Well, you know, I'm at the hospital too because I'm sick. And she said, oh, I'm sorry to hear that. See, when that woman told me, let that chair go, I wish you died.
See, you're going about it all wrong, Elder. We're trying to bring the lost sheep in. You running them off. They say, she hope you die. See, that should have given you pause. That maybe you're going about this the wrong way. I have yet to have anybody wish I die. You got folk threatening your life. So, I warned you before, Elder. These black women that he got along now. Yeah. Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
Exodus chapter 3, verse 18. And they shall hearken to thy voice, and thou shalt come, thou and the elders of Israel, unto the king of Egypt, and you shall say unto him, Yahweh Elohim of the Hebrews have met with us, and now let us go, we beseech thee, 3 days' journey into the wilderness, that we may sacrifice to Yahweh our Elohim. Mm-hmm. And I am sure that the king of Egypt will not let you go, no, not by a mighty hand. And I will stretch out my hand and smite Egypt with all my wonders, which I will do in the midst thereof, and after that he will let you go. And I will give this people favor in the sight of the Egyptians, and it shall come to pass that when you go, you shall not go empty. But every woman shall borrow of her neighbor and of her that sojourneth in her house jewels of silver and jewels of gold and raiment, and you shall put them upon your sons and upon your daughters, and you shall spoil the Egyptians. And Moshe answered and said, but behold, they will not believe me, nor hearken unto my voice, for they will say, Yahweh have not appeared unto thee. And Yahweh said unto him, what is that in thine hand? And he said, a rod. And he said, cast it on the ground. And he cast it on the ground, and it became a serpent, and Moshe fled from before it. And Yahweh said unto Moshe, put forth thine hand, and take it by the tail. And he put forth his hand and caught it, and it became a rod in his hand, that they may believe that Yahweh Elohim of their fathers, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob, had appeared unto thee. And Yahweh said furthermore unto him, put now thine hand into thy bosom. And he put his hand into his bosom, and when he took it out, behold, his hand was leprous as snow. And he said, put thine hand into thy bosom again. And he put his hand into his bosom again, and plucked it out of his bosom, and behold, it was turned again as his other flesh. And it shall come to pass, if they will not believe thee, neither hearken to the voice of the first sign, that they will believe the voice of the latter sign. And it shall come to pass, if they will not believe also these two signs, neither hearken unto thy voice, that thou shalt take of the water of the river, and pour it upon the dry land, and the water which thou takest out of the river shall be blood upon the dry land. And Moshe said unto Yahweh, O my Adonai, I am not eloquent, neither heretofore, nor since thou hast spoken unto thy servant, but I am slow of speech and of a slow tongue.
So we have here Moshe's second time trying to get out of this. Shalom, brother Ed. Shabbat shalom. So again, we got to understand that this is the first time Yahweh is making himself manifest to his people, the children of Israel. And he's already spoken to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. But now he's speaking to the children of Israel through his servant Moshe. And again, Moshe does not want to go back into Egypt. So when we continue to read, he's going to eventually go, but nevertheless, he wasn't in a hurry. Brother Stephen, let's go to Exodus 14, verse 13 to verse 31. Exodus 14, verse 13 to verse 31. See, at this point, they had already come out of Egypt. They're in the wilderness. And the Egyptians thought about it a second time and said, wait a minute now. We just let the children of Israel go, our servants. We need to go and grab them and bring them back. Right? And the children of Israel see them coming out of a distance, so they're getting scared. They told Moshe, didn't we tell you to leave us alone? That we didn't mind being servants to the Egyptians? So they're scared. Well, because this is the first time they've been out of Egypt in over 400 years. Right? And they're going to a place they've never been before. So they want to go back into slavery. See, you're going to have a second Exodus, though, aren't you? But this time, you're not going to come back to America. Right? Because America will be uninhabitable. And all the liquor stores be shut down.
Oh.
Dope man gone. So they ain't going to be a place you want to stay anymore. So go ahead, Brother Stephen.
Exodus chapter 14, verse 13. And Moshe said unto the people, fear you not, stand still, and see the salvation of Yahweh, which he will show to you today. For the Egyptians whom you have seen today, You shall see them again no more forever. Yahweh shall fight for you, and you shall hold your peace. And Yahweh said unto Moshe, wherefore criest thou unto me? Speak unto the children of Israel that they go forward. But lift thou up thy rod, and stretch out thine hand over the sea, and divide it. And the children of Israel shall go on dry ground through the midst of the sea. And I, behold, I will harden the hearts of the Egyptians, and they shall follow them. And I will get me honor upon Pharaoh, and upon all his hosts, upon his chariots, and upon his horsemen. And the Egyptians shall know that I am Yahweh, when I have gotten me honor upon Pharaoh, upon his chariots, and upon his horsemen.
Now, at this point, Yahweh's only talking to Moshe. He's not talking to anybody else. He's letting Moshe, telling Moshe, this is what I'm going to do. This is how I get my glory. All right? Now, I want you to tell the children of Israel what I tell you to do. Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
Exodus chapter 14, verse 19. And the angel of Elohim, which went before the camp of Israel, removed and went behind them, and the pillar of the cloud went from before their face and stood behind them. And it came between the camp of the Egyptians and the camp of Israel, and it was a cloud and darkness to them, but it gave light by night to these, so that the one came not near the other all the night.
Now, you got to wonder, will we have something like this in the second Exodus? Because this is supernatural here, right? You got a pillar of cloud and a pillar of fire. How is it possible for a pillar of fire to even exist? Because fire needs wood or something combustible to burn. But this is just a pillar of fire just standing there in the air, right? So you got to wonder, will we see something like that?
I think so.
Well, I really don't need that. But yet and still, because we're looking at a little less than 2 million people coming out of Egypt at one time, right? How many people are here in America? How many black people here in America? We're 13% of the population, so we're about 40 million. Well, that pillar of cloud, pillar of fire won't be seen by everybody. Yeah, so it's got to be something else, supernatural, to guide us to where we need to go. Because we got that question: how do we know where we need to go? Because we are about as far away from our homeland as you can get. See, in Egypt, they could just walk into the land, into Canaan land. But here, we got an ocean between us and our land. So it's a certain thing we have to consider, that our father did not know how they're going to get out of Egypt. We don't know how we're going to get out of America. But Yahweh still brought them out. So have that faith that he's going to bring us out too, by great miracles and wonders. Right? Because once you find yourself on the boat, you're going to say, well, well, well. Yahweh's word is true. Right? So again, we're going through Africa, Yahweh, because that's where we came from. On the west coast of Africa, that's where they sold our fathers. And so we got to go back the way we came. Now, remember the door of no return? Yeah, well, we got to go through that door again, causing that door to fall down because we did return. Yeah. Brother Stephen, go ahead.
Exodus chapter 14, verse 21. And Moshe stretched out his hand over the sea, and Yahweh caused the sea to go back by a strong east wind all that night, and made the sea dry land, and the waters were divided. And the children of Israel went into the midst of the sea upon the dry ground, and the waters were a wall unto them on their right hand and on their left. And the Egyptians pursued and went in after them to the midst of the sea, even all Pharaoh's horses, his chariots, and his horsemen. And it came to pass that in the morning watch Yahweh looked unto the host of the Egyptians through the pillar of fire and of the cloud, and troubled the hosts of the Egyptians, and took off their chariot wheels, that they drave them heavily, so that the Egyptians said, let us flee from the face of Israel, for Yahweh fighteth for them against the Egyptians. And Yahweh said unto Moshe, stretch out thine hand over the sea, that the waters may come again upon the Egyptians, upon their chariots, and upon their horsemen. And Moshe stretched forth his hand over the sea, and the sea returned to his strength when the morning appeared. And the Egyptians fled against it, and Yahweh overthrew the Egyptians in the midst of the sea. And the waters returned and covered the chariots and the horsemen and all the host of Pharaoh that came into the sea after them. There remained not so much as one of them. But the children of Israel walked upon dry land in the midst of the sea. And the waters were a wall unto them on their right hand and on their left. Thus Yahweh saved Israel that day out of the hand of the Egyptians, and Israel saw the Egyptians dead upon the seashore. And Israel saw that great work which Yahweh did upon the Egyptians, and the people feared Yahweh and believed Yahweh and his servant Moshe.
They were impressed. They had never seen nothing like that before. No one had ever seen anything like that before. So let's compare that to our situation. Now, the story's been written down, the story's been told. Everybody knows our story. They know the story here. Especially the Africans, they know this story. Now, if they see a whole bunch of us coming back into the land, you think they're going to attack us? You think they're going to do anything to us? Because they know who we are. And they know that we're coming back through their land again, so they might just back off. Because they heard about what happened to the Egyptians. Say, yeah, you let them go. Give them something to eat. Help them on their way. Maybe we get a blessing out of it. Now, that's my point. Yahweh could put the fear in people of us. And they won't understand how they become so fearful of us until they see all these people coming from America to Africa. They'll be scratching their head. What does this mean? They're going back home. They're going back home to where they belong. Their journey is over. And so they ain't going to come around us because we're going to scare them. All of us at one time? Now check this out now. You've been seeing the videos of what happens when the YNs get together, and a whole bunch of them. Somebody's going to get shot. They ain't going to leave that safely. They're running for their lives. Right? Fights going to break out. And we got a reputation around the world that we ain't got no damn sense. And so that's another reason they're going to stay away from us. Because they know they saw the video of us acting a fool out there in the streets. This is your last one, Elder.
Shabbat Shalom again, my elder
Shabbat
priest.
Shalom.
You know, I be thinking sometime and the thought would come to mind, America is going to be destroyed. Then I would say to myself, say, man, what wickedness that this nation have done across the world and across the pages of history for Yahweh to mark them as he marked Sodom and Gomorrah. I mean, these people, people be saying, well, we are the Jews. Man, let me tell you something. You ain't no Jew. When you ever heard of a Jew everywhere he go, he don't ask for nothing. He take what he want. And then if you don't give it to him, I'm gonna spill your blood.
Yeah.
Go home, Elder. He got your back.
Yeah.
So what you say about that, Elder?
I can tell you what the book say.
Praise Yahweh.
Yeah, because my perception ain't valid here. I can think of anything. My speculation could be anything. But what is written, it's best to go by what is written. Okay?
MLK Day? Is MLK Day today?
I think so.
Is it?
I don't keep up with them days. Did they already have it?
No, it's, I think it's on the 4th of April, right?
Yeah, when he got shot.
Okay.
So they on standby, man, with these kids, teenager takeover. They out there,
Yeah.
and they say, we get stupid, and they find them kids. They say they're gonna lock them parents up.
Yeah.
13, 14-year-old kids ain't got no business out there in the street like that.
Yeah, no.
Running around with a bunch of 17, 18-year-old kids.
The thing about that is they're not very bright because they put it all out on the internet. Like the police ain't watching them. They sit laying in the cup waiting for you to show up. So they can go ahead and lock you up before you tear up anything. Because that's all they're going to be doing, tearing stuff up, acting a fool. So, like I said, they're not very bright to put that out there, but what other way can they communicate with all those people at one time? But on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all those platforms, they all look at them and then, okay, let's get this thing together. So everybody shows up at one place at one time, the police sitting there waiting on them. Now, these white folk want to take care of their country, right? So they ain't going to let no young YNs tear it up, getting shot. Right? So at least we're in a place that they give a damn. Because you look at some of these young folk today, you can tell they didn't have a father in their house. Because of the way they carry themselves. They carry themselves more like a woman, more like women, like they were raised by women by themselves. No male influence whatsoever. So their emotions are just like their mother's emotions. So they can't help themselves. So police got to do what they got to do to corral these young people so they don't tear nothing up that belong to white people. That's why they got you all in one place. Nobody black folk are in our area right here. In certain parts of the city, number of black folk. That's done on purpose to keep y'all away from white people. But the thing is, I'm starting to see white folks out here. Have y'all seen this? Walking around like they belong here. How's that white folks? Actually, I'm walking up and down the sidewalk. Like they've been here all along. And ain't nobody said nothing to them. Because white folks know they can walk anywhere they want here in America. And y'all ain't going to do a damn thing about it. As much as they put you through, you still won't touch them because you know white folks don't allow you to touch them. You crazy, but you ain't stupid. So, I mean, they can do anything they want in our neighborhood, and nothing we can do about it. They can move in our neighborhood, ain't nobody going to protest. But we move in their neighborhood, they would protest that thing. Jack the price of the house up so that you can't afford it. So they do everything they can to keep away from us. And the fact that they're coming back into our neighborhood means that they're coming to take over this bad boy again. But it's their city. They can do what they want. It's their land, they can do what they want. When you get your land, you can do what you want. So quit crying racism on every little thing. White folks is trying to protect their country from you because you don't give a damn. And you carry yourself like you don't give a damn. I see some of these young people on those platforms, and you wonder, who told you to get on that platform? The way you speak, you just ghetto. You're a thug, right? So, what can I learn from a thug? But they got them out there, and they get a lot of views. I mean, we talk about people using foul language all through the broadcast. And Facebook, TikTok, let them go ahead and do it. But how does that make us look? How does that make black people look around the world? Because this is international. So all the people around the world would think that all black people are like that. And they'll start teaching, like for instance, the black women they see on there. Every time you see a black woman on Facebook or on YouTube or TikTok, she arguing with the police. And the police had to snatch her out the car. And she's still raising hell. What am I being arrested for? Let me see the video cam. Call the supervisor. Call the sergeant. See, all you got to do is obey. But they want to fight white folks. This is their land. You can't fight the people in their own land. You can't tell a black woman that, though. She will fight y'all. That's why they have to tase them. Y'all seen it? Because they ain't going to act right. That's the only way you can get them in the police car. Y'all seen it. I know if white folk do that too, white women out there, they do it too, but they got more black people out there doing it, showing it than white people. White people go through all them changes too, so black women go through those changes. But why do you want to go through those changes? Why don't you do what the man tell you to do? Show me your license. I don't want to do that. Why I got to show you my license? Why you pull me over? Well, you just left an accident that you caused. That's why I pulled you over. And I still get mad. But that's what happens when you don't have a man in the house. These women grow up without any idea of what a man is, and when a white man get hold to them, they want to fight him. Well, all I can say to white folks is, welcome to our world. This is what you did to us. We didn't raise them girls like that. You did that to our people by breaking up their households, putting them on welfare, food stamps, and growing up without a father in the house. How do you think they're going to grow up? But it's a concerted effort to destroy us as a people. So you brothers that are married and got families, praise Yahweh for you. Because you found your rib.
Found a rib.
So I know you brothers, you husbands out here, I know you brothers are happily married, aren't you? Levi, you better look up, man.
You better say praise, y'all. Say better.
Flick that bick. Brother Stephen, let's go to Exodus 19 in verse 1 through 20 in verse 23. See, Yahweh is revealing himself to his people and showing them all kinds of miracles and wonders that they've never seen, no one has ever seen since. But they can't see him. But yet still, they see the result of him. Because he's telling Moshe, tell the children of Israel, I'm getting ready to do this, and I'm getting ready to do that. So they can see for themselves that it's me doing that. Our flesh and blood man could not do what Moshe did. So there had to be some power that had acquainted himself with Moshe to tell the children of Israel that Yahweh is going to do this for you today. All right? Exodus 19 in verse 1 through 20 in verse 23.
In the 3rd month, when the children of Israel were gone forth out of the land of Egypt, the same day came they into the wilderness of Sinai. For they were departed from Rephidim and were come to the desert of Sinai and had pitched in the wilderness, and there Israel camped before the mount.
Mm-hmm.
And Moshe went up unto Elohim, and Yahweh called unto him out of the mountain, saying, Thus shalt thou say to the house of Jacob, and tell the children of Israel, You have seen what I did unto the Egyptians, and how I bare you on eagle's wings, and brought you unto myself.
Mm-hmm.
Now therefore, if you will obey my voice indeed, and keep my covenant, then you shall be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people, for all the earth is mine, and you shall be unto me a kingdom of priests and an holy nation. These are the words which thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel. And Moshe came and called for the elders of the people, and laid before their faces all these words which Yahweh commanded him.
Mm-hmm.
And all the people answered together and said, All that Yahweh have spoken, we will do. And Moshe returned the words of the people unto Yahweh.
So what we have here is Yahweh proposing to the children of Israel that if you do what I tell you to do, if you keep my covenant, let him have the mic. Keep my covenant, then you'll be a peculiar treasure unto me. You'll be a kingdom of priests and a holy nation. Well, they said everything that Yahweh said we would do. So in other words, we're still supposed to be a holy people, a kingdom of priests, and a holy nation. It's still supposed to be that. You got it?
Shabbat Shalom, Elder.
Shabbat Shalom.
I got a question.
All right.
In verse 3, and Moshe went up unto Elohim, and Yahweh called him out of the mountain, saying, Thus shall you say to the house of Jacob and to the children of Israel. What's the difference between the house of Jacob and the children of Israel?
Jacob is flesh, Israel is spirit.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Thank you, Elder.
Uh-huh. You remember when Yaakov wrestled that angel all night long? And he wouldn't let the angel go. So he told the angel, I ain't going to let you go till you bless me. That's how did he bless him? Change his name. Right? But we look at that name as, why that name? Well, when you read the rest of what Israel, the position that Israel has with Yahweh, Israel is Yahweh's firstborn son. So we're named after Yahweh's firstborn son. So that's an honor. Because he didn't name them Yahweh's, did he? He named them after, because Yahweh, that's his name. So we're named after his firstborn son. And Yahshua, Hamashiach, is Yahweh's only begotten son. Hold on, Elder. Let him have the mic.
Shabbat Shalom.
Hold on, Elder. Go ahead, Elder.
Shabbat Shalom, Elder.
Shabbat Shalom, Elder.
What do Israel really mean?
He who wrestles with Elohim.
Oh, thank you, Elder.
Yeah. Let them have the mic behind you. Yes, yeah, you can stand up. Can you lift that mic up a little bit, because they don't need to bend over that much. Yeah, that's good.
Shabbat Shalom, Elder.
Shabbat Shalom, Brother Ed.
Elder, I have a question. So how is we tied to the land? So we tied to Yahweh's firstborn son, correct? Mm-hmm. So how
That's
is
who
we
we're named after.
Okay, so how are we tied with the land, Israel? Because I was thinking it was the land. So now I'm understanding.
Well, what was the land of Israel called before we got there?
Palestine?
Not quite.
I'm just asking the question.
It was called Canaan land.
Who?
Canaan.
Oh,
The
Canaan.
son of Ham. Canaan.
Oh, okay.
It was called Canaan. Canaan had all that land. That was his land,
Okay.
right?
Yes, sir.
So Yahweh told the children of Israel, I'm going to take Canaan's land and give it to you.
Oh, okay.
So it wasn't the land of Israel all the time.
Okay.
It was the land of Canaan,
Gotcha.
right?
Okay.
So there were a lot of them. As a matter of fact, when you read the list of nations
Yes,
that you
sir.
find in Genesis chapter 10, you see Ham's lineage, right?
Yes, sir.
You got Mizraim, Phut, Canaan, and Pul. Right?
Yes, sir.
I mean, Cush. All right, so them four boys had other children. And it just so happened that one of the children of Ham was Sodom and Gomorrah.
Wow.
Check that out. Used to be black people.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's what the story is in a land of black people. Ain't no white folks around this time. Right?
Yes, sir.
So mainly us and the rest of the black nations around us. Except this book is not written with our mindset of thinking things in color.
Okay.
Right? So we're looking at nations, right?
Yes, sir.
So the nations, the Canaanites, the Jebusites, the Hivites, and Perizzites, those are all Canaanites,
Okay.
right? So we took their land.
Wow.
So eventually they started calling the land of Israel,
Okay.
right?
So we connected to the land and Yahweh's firstborn son.
Well, yeah, Now, who were named after?
Yes, sir.
And so the land was named after us,
Gotcha.
because Israel was in the land,
Gotcha.
right? Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
Exodus chapter 19, verse 9. And Yahweh said unto Moshe, Lo, I come unto thee in a thick cloud, that the people may hear when I speak with thee, and believe thee forever. And Moshe told the words of the people unto Yahweh. And Yahweh said unto Moshe, Go unto the people, and sanctify them today and tomorrow, and let them wash their clothes, and be ready against the third day. For the third day Elohim will come down in the sight of all the people upon Mount Sinai.
So you see what the word sanctify means? Clean yourself up. Wash your clothes. So that's what you call, you're being sanctified from what you were doing to make yourself dirty. Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
Exodus chapter 19, verse 12. And thou shalt set bounds unto the people round about, saying, Take heed to yourselves that you go not up into the mount, or touch the border of it. Whosoever touches the mount shall be surely put to death. There shall not an hand touch it, but he shall surely be stoned or shot through. Whether it be man or beast, whether it be beast or man, it shall not live. When the trumpet soundeth long, they shall come up to the mount. And Moshe went down from the mount unto the people, and sanctified the people, and they washed their clothes. And he said unto the people, Be ready against the third day, come not at your wives.
Now, Yahweh did not tell him to do that. He said, sanctify the people and wash their clothes. But Moshe added to it, said, don't come at your wives either. Because what you have here is Moshe letting them know that, yeah, you got to sanctify yourself this way. Leave the women alone. They can wait after Yahweh meets with them. But before Yahweh meets with them, don't even have nothing on you that make you be glad that you're with your wife. So you be thinking about what happened just the day before. So you can't have that on your mind when Yahweh shows up, right? Well, again, that's what you call sanctification. Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
Exodus chapter 19, verse 16. And it came to pass on the third day in the morning that there were thunders and lightnings and a thick cloud upon the mount, and the voice of the trumpet exceeding loud, so that all the people that was in the camp trembled. And Moshe brought forth the people out of the camp to meet with Elohim, and they stood at the nether part of the mount. And Mount Sinai was altogether on a smoke, because the Adonai descended upon it in fire, and the smoke thereof ascended as the smoke of a furnace, and the whole mount quaked greatly. And when the voice of the trumpet sounded long and waxed louder and louder, Moshe spake, and Elohim answered him by a voice. And the Adonai came down upon Mount Sinai on the top of the mount, and Yahweh called Moshe up to the top of the mount, and Moshe went up. And Yahweh said unto Moshe, Go down, charge the people, lest they break through unto the Adonai to gaze, and many of them perish. And let the priests also, which come near to Yahweh, sanctify themselves, lest the Adonai break forth upon them. And Moshe said unto Yahweh, The people cannot come up to Mount Sinai, for thou chargest us, saying, Set bounds about the mount and sanctify it. And Yahweh said unto him, Away, get thee down, and thou shalt come up, thou and Aaron with thee, but let not the priests and the people break through to come up unto the Adonai, lest he break forth upon them. So Moshe went down unto the people and spake unto them.
You remember when Moshe, we just read it in chapter 3 of Exodus, they heard the voice of the angel of the burning bush, and the angel of the burning bush said, I'm the God of your fathers. I'm the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, right? But Moshe was scared to look at him. So Yahweh said to him, I don't want them people around me because I could kill them. That's what Moshe felt, that I could die looking at this angel of the burning bush. But The angel of the burning bush was just an angel. It was Michael, but he was just an angel. So he could look at him, but he didn't know that that was Yahweh, Michael. He said, I'm the God of your fathers. So he's doing the same thing here. Again, he said, he tell Moshe, do not let them people come that close to me, because they could die. Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
Exodus chapter 20, verse 1. And Elohim spake all these words, saying, I am Yahweh, thy Elohim, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
Now consider what he just said here. He's introducing himself. See, and Elohim spake all these words, saying, I am Yahweh thy Elohim, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. What thing did Jesus say to white Christians? He didn't say a damn thing. Mm-mm. But here we got a God talking to his own people. That's an amazing thing to read about, that they could hear God talking. What other nation can say that about their God? The other gods of the nation don't say nothing. They don't move. They don't breathe. But we got a God actually speaking, and they listening to him. So I imagine that's something brand new, because they never heard of God speaking to anybody before. It's an amazing thing to see, take in all at one time. First, they came out of Egypt, after Egypt nearly destroyed. Then they came through the Red Sea. They're seeing all these great miracles Yahweh doing for them. So now Yahweh's going to introduce himself to them, say, look, you agreed with the covenant. I'm going to let you know what is in that covenant, right? Go ahead, Brother Stephen. One of the things is, well, he's going to read it. Go ahead. Start picking up at verse 3.
Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, Yahweh thy Elohim, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments.
Simple words, right? Don't worship any images or idols. Don't make nothing to them, of them to yourself, because that's not me. You can't quantify me. You can't describe me. So why would you make an image to them other gods when you can see them, but you can't see me, but you can hear? So you letting them know this is something that you ain't never seen before, because for 430 years you've been watching them Egyptian gods all the while you're in Egypt. And you think that's a God that they have, but little do they realize when you read the whole story about Yahweh hardening Pharaoh's heart, he passed judgment on the Egyptian gods. He destroyed them. See, the Egyptians relied on their gods that they could see. But their gods were no effect because Yahweh destroyed them. Someone that they could not see destroyed the God that they could see. Go ahead, Brother Stephen. Verse 7.
Exodus chapter 20, verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
Thou shalt not take the name of Yahweh thy Elohim in vain, for Yahweh will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain.
You understand what that means? When he said, don't take his name in vain, do not lie using my name. So you go to court, swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Well, and then you get up there and lie. See it on Perry Mason all the time. But nevertheless, that's basically what he means. When you swear by Yahweh's name and you know you're wrong, well, you use his name in vain. Or if you steal from someone, that's still using Yahweh's name in vain. Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
Exodus chapter 20, verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shall thou labor and do all thy work, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of Yahweh thy Elohim. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days Yahweh made heaven and earth, the sea and all that in them is, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore Yahweh blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which Yahweh thy Elohim giveth thee. Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's.
Now, they say that's too hard to keep. Christians say, we can't do this. And so we're not even try to do it. We're not going to even try to do it. We're not even going to read these commandments because white folks say they're too hard to keep. So we believe white folks. But consider what the commandments are concerning us. The things we're supposed to do, things we're not supposed to do, right? He said, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. Honor thy father and thy mother, that the days may be long upon the land which Yahweh thy Elohim giveth thee. Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house, nor his wife, nor his manservant. Now, these are physical laws that you cannot transgress. These are commandments, physical commandments that pertain to the body, to the flesh, right? But does keeping these commandments stop sin? You might be thinking of sin, the flesh. I mean, we're looking at these commandments here. Again, they're telling us what we physically can and cannot do. But does that stop us from thinking of sinful thoughts? No. But I tell you what it does do. See, without the law, we would think of sinful thoughts all the time, right? But when we have a holy convocation, you're talking about nothing but the law. So your mind is not on the flesh. Yeah. Your mind is on the law. So that controls that flesh when you're thinking about those spiritual things that are of the law. You still understand what I'm saying? So also, keeping these commandments does not stop hunger. It does not stop death. It doesn't stop anything concerning the flesh except what you should and should not do on certain days and at certain times. So we have to look at that added along with the things that are of the heart. What are you thinking about today? You know this is the Sabbath, and you come here to hear this word, but in the corner of your heart, are you thinking about sinful things? Is your mind somewhere else instead of here? Now you got to wonder, why is your mind wandering? Doesn't Yahweh have control of that too? Because this word can be very boring. That's why you don't have any Christians up in here. You are the chosen people of Yahweh. You come to hear this word because your forefathers recorded everything that they went through with Yahweh and what they went through with themselves. So you're relearning who you are and where you come from and why you are here. So we have to go over this over and over again. You do this every Shabbat, right? So you never forget. Yes. Like they made our fathers forget who they were. We will never forget as long as Yahweh allowed us to keep the Sabbath day. We can read out of this book and refresh our memories and remember where we come from and where we're going. Yes. So that keeps our mind focused, not on physical things, not on sinful things. Because now we got a greater hope. Because when your mind is on sinful things, you think about the sin for the next day and the next day after that. What I'm going to do to commit sin today, tomorrow, and the day after tomorrow. What should I do? What do I have planned for? Well, when I'm gonna pick up my squeeze and where we going? Do they say squeeze anymore?
I ain't heard that in 50 years.
They said that 50 years ago.
No, that's the first time I heard it.
Oh, yeah?
Long time. Squeeze.
So y'all folks know. What's he talking about now? What's a squeeze? Your girlfriend. Just in case YouTube and Facebook don't know what I'm talking about. That used to be our girlfriend, called us main squeeze. But yeah, you're learning something new. So, just like, when people say, that's dope, we used to say, that's the bee's knees. Cat's pajamas. You got it? Shabbat Shalom, Elder.
Now, I know a lot of the presidents put their hand on the Bible and say that they're going to tell the truth, but have there ever been one that said, I affirm to tell the truth?
That's what the bailiff would ask you. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Right.
I'm talking about the presidents of the United States.
The
Every
what now?
time the presidents of the United States, when they put their hand on the book,
Oh,
to
well,
say
he's
they
taking the
go-
oath of office. He's not swearing to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
so that's what I'm
the oath
saying.
of office.
They,
To protect the Constitution.
Yeah, that's right.
and that's all they're doing.
Right. They swear they're going to protect the Constitution by putting their hand on the Bible, the Word of God.
That's right.
Right.
Okay. Thank you.
I think, did Obama use the Bible or did he use the Quran?
He probably used a gay book.
They do have that kind of book out there too.
Gay book.
The homosexual Bible.
Second term.
So you had presidents that had not only the Bible but the Quran.
Right.
I think it was Thomas Jefferson had a copy of the Quran.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
I did. Learn something every day. I
Well,
did not know that.
White folks are smart. So I don't know if anybody took the oath using the Quran, but they did have it on them. Yeah. Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
Exodus chapter 20, verse 18.
Yeah.
And all the people saw the thunderings and the lightnings and the noise of the trumpet and the mountain smoking. And when the people saw it, they removed and stood up for awe.
They backed off of that. They ain't never seen nothing like that before. The trumpet blowing loud, the fire, the smoke on the mountain, but they didn't see Yahweh. They didn't see who that was talking. Remember? So Moshe, you never seen the similitude of Yahweh, but you did hear a voice. And that's what they hear. They're hearing the voice, but all this other noise around them, it scared them to death. So they had to back off. Say, wait, hold on. This ain't Steven Spielberg. So you can understand their reaction to what they're looking at or what they're listening to, and it was something scary. Because no one has ever seen that before or even heard that before. Nobody even wrote of something like this before. This is brand new, never been done before on earth anywhere. Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
And Exodus chapter 20, verse 19.
Mm-hmm.
And they said unto Moshe, Speak thou with us, and we will hear. But let not Elohim speak with us, lest we die.
Because they could see Moshe, but they could not see who was talking to them on that mountain. All they heard was a great voice that over 1 million people heard. Now that's impressive for everybody to hear the same thing. Even the animals heard the same thing. But nevertheless, if, say for instance, you had a football game and the stadium is full of people, right? And you walk out down the field and you say something without a microphone, can all of them hear you? See, we need amplification. Yahweh don't need that. When he's speaking to you, you're going to hear what he got to say. No matter where you are, you're going to hear what he got to say. It's because he wants you to hear what he got to say. These words would mean nothing to us if Yahweh didn't put it in our hearts to want them to mean something to us. This means a whole lot to us because we come from an amazing background. Saw things that no other people saw, or heard things that no other people could hear. So they didn't want us to know about this. White folks didn't want us to know about this because they know we'll get the big head. They said, well, we the chosen people. So, boss, I think I'm going to make you a slave. I'm talking about the God in the Bible, ain't we? Well, that's my God. And he told me to make y'all slaves. Yeah, find that brother hanging on a tree the next day. Go ahead, Stephen.
Exodus chapter 20, verse 20. And Moshe said unto the people, fear not, for Elohim is come to prove you, and that his fear may be before your faces, that you sin not. And the people stood afar off, and Moshe drew near unto the thick darkness where Elohim was. And Yahweh said unto Moshe, thus thou shalt say unto the children of Israel, you have seen that I have talked with you from heaven. You shall not make with me gods of silver, neither shall you make unto you gods of gold.
So again, he's letting them know what Yahweh requires. And when you look at the rest of the story, when Moshe in chapter 24 went up to the mount and received the Ten Commandments on two tables of stone, when he came back down, he saw the people that sinned before they even came out of Egypt good. So Yahweh was only dealing with Moshe for some reason. Moshe is an old man by now. He's about 80 years old. Right? When when the angel of the burning bush showed up to him, he was about 80 years old then. And so he would be considered an elder. But Moshe was a chosen vessel to deliver the children of Israel out of Egypt and bring them into the land of Canaan land, because that's the land that he covenanted to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He told them, this is going to be your land one day, your seed's land too. So he didn't give it to them in their days, but he given it to them in their children's days. So we're looking at, now they've been in Egypt for 430 years, so Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob have been gone. And so what the 430 years later, now they come into the land. So we've been here over 400 years, and we're faced with the same situation. So what it's doing here is Yahweh is preparing his people to take the land, right? Yes. Well, he's preparing us too to take back our land. And so Esau's in our land right now. He knows he doesn't belong there. So when he hears about us coming, he's going to try to attack us because he's that bad. Now, he got all the cutting-edge equipment, technology, that he can drop a bomb on us or shoot a missile at us. Do you think Yahweh going to allow him to do that? And people say, how are we going to fight? Because our fathers fought back in the day. So what we're going to fight with today, I don't know. Because they got all them equipment, but that doesn't mean that the equipment will work against us. So they can get out and get them jets or shoot them missiles. What makes you think they're going to fly? See? And what makes you think that the bullet's going to hit us? Because we got angels all around us, right? So that bullet, they may have us in the scope, pull that trigger, and the angel's standing right there. You missed. Right? So we're looking at different scenarios, but Yahweh's not going to have anything happen to us. And we're going to go in there unarmed. His, Obi,
Hillel,
Benaiah. Yeah.
I think Hillel can tell you what's going down.
Hillel.
He been wanting to fight anyway. He been wanting to fight.
Oh, I might have blew it for him, man.
He
He ready to throw some rocks at them people, man. Well, I'm pretty sure they'll find a sword for you, brother. You can run them up in there and kill you out some Edomites. Well, they deserve it.
Right.
Go ahead, Brother Stephen. Oh, you finished, right?
That was it.
Let's go to Isaiah 42, Brother Stephen, verse 18 to verse 25. Isaiah 42, verse 18 to verse 25. 25. Pick it up at verse 17, Brother Stephen.
Isaiah chapter 42, verse 17. They shall be turned back. They shall be greatly ashamed that trust in graven images, that say to the molten images, you are our God.
So we're talking about black people, them crosses. They'll hold them crosses up as tight as they can, as tight as they can, because they think that cross is going to save them. Ain't vampires scared of them crosses? So it must work. So you're gonna have that element of people out there in the wilderness with them crosses, and they're gonna die out. God, them crosses are not gonna save them. And as I mentioned before, what makes people think that when the Mashiach was crucified, that the cross looked like that? How you know it looked like that? Did anybody take pictures? Anybody draw any pictures of the cross? Because when you read the definition of the cross in the Strong's Concordance, you realize that that was not a cross that we're used to. It is, the Greek word for cross is stauros, and stauros is just a tall wooden pole. It didn't say it had cross beams on it. It was just a pole, a wooden pole. And as a matter of fact, Peter and Paul said the Mashiach was crucified on the tree. How can a cross be a tree at the same time? So this is the deception we've been given since we've been here. And so you got black people not only having a cross around the neck, they got a cross tattooed on them. Yeah, you're going off on the deep end. You haven't read this book at all. You haven't read anything about Yahweh dealing with molten images, graven images. Levi.
Shabbat Shalom, Elder.
Shabbat Shalom.
I came in on the fact you was talking about the crosses, right? When I was in the hospital, two Hebrew Israelites, my daughter and her wannabe husband. I'm going to say that for later. I was in the hospital. I was at St. Joe Hospital, and that's a Catholic hospital.
That's right.
They had a cross on my wall. It was irritating me. So my daughter's wannabe husband, I'll explain that later. He went up there and took that cross off my chest, off the house with a ball. And you should be surprised how much peace came on me. When I was looking at that cross, it was irritating me, Elder.
Did you feel better once you took it down?
Yeah, I felt like that.
There you go. But again, you got to look at how much black people have been taught to believe in images. Picture JC in the house and in the church. That crosses in the car. So they've been brainwashed into believing everything white folk believe. Because they want to be like white people. White people own everything, black people want to own some stuff too. But that ain't the way you get it. And besides that, when you look at what is being said in this book, we're not supposed to have anything here. This is not our land. We got our own land. So black people don't have any hope of having their own land because they don't know they got their own land. And so with us, we got hope because Yahweh showed us who we are and where we come from, that he's going to bring us back one day. And that's something to hope for. I mean, considering the way we've been treated since we've been here, we've seen white people lynch our fathers, enslave them, and do all manner of wicked things to them that they haven't done to anybody else in this country, only to us. And they're still doing it to us. They're still trying to poison us. They're still making food that's not good for us, even though it's clean food, but they pump chemicals all in it and hormones. And that's causing us problems too. So yeah, Yahweh's letting us know, yeah, you don't have to go through that no more. I seen what they've done to you. Just like he told Moshe, I seen what they've done, what the Egyptians have done to the children of Israel. And I'll come to bring them out. Right? So Yahweh seen what they've been doing to us. Don't think he doesn't know. Yahweh knows what we've been going through. We've been going through this a very long time, and for a long time we didn't think we had a God at all that cared about us. But now to find out, yeah, we got one. It ain't the God of white people either. It's the God of Israel. We are Israel. And they're trying to take away the First Amendment, freedom of speech. I'm talking about Esau here. Trying to convince white people, you need to get rid of that freedom of speech, that First Commandment, you need to get rid of it because you got too many people on there saying that we're not the Jews. So they're trying to destroy America. The Edomites, they're trying to destroy America. And that's one of the hallmarks of America's freedoms is the freedom of speech. And now you telling white people, no, you do not have freedom of speech as long as we're around. You cannot say anything about us or against us. Well, when you got a people that can dictate that type of rule to you, then they are the ones that rule in the country. Them Edomites ruled America. Look at your Congress. They done bought them all. And if you speak against Israel, they will primary you, and you ain't going to be in Congress no more. So that's what we've been dealing with. They tried everything in the world to make us look bad. Even showing on television, black men acting like women. That's not the way a man acts. But we don't have any model of men that we can look at and say, well, I want to be like that man. Because all the men that they put in front of us are homosexuals. We don't want our children to be like that. So Yahweh give us this. These are men. You are my people. You are men. Right? I want you to carry yourself like a man. Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
Yeah, they had a young fellow. Brother Benaya was standing by it, and I saw a little. He's a young guy in the NBA. He spoke out against homosexuals and all that stuff.
Yeah.
They ran his butt out of there.
I know.
He gone.
I know. Well, who's in charge of them sodomites? Esau.
Yeah.
He's trying to turn black men and white men into sodomites. Who you think put that on television? Who owns television? Who owns Hollywood? Esau. So all the images that you see come from Esau. So Esau knows how influential the television is because people don't have any alternative to what you see on television. That's why most black people hate Trump. They don't know no better because all they got is a television, and the television hate Trump all day long. So black people walk around, I hate Trump, I hate Trump, I hate Trump. You ask them, why you hate him? I don't know. I just hate him. What'd he do to you? Nothing. I just hate him. So you know you're dealing with people that don't use the brains. They don't stop and consider, am I listening to the truth? They don't even ask themselves, why do I hate this man? Because what you see him doing, it doesn't sound like he's a racist at all. And what he's doing don't sound like he hates anybody. He loves his country. But black people ain't looking at that. They're looking at what the television say. Well, he's a racist. He's a misogynist, right? So that you don't need to be the president of America. So you get all this whipped up to the point where somebody that's unbalanced will take a pot shot at the president of America and try to shoot him twice because of what they've seen in the media. I be hoping and praying that don't nobody black kill this man. Because that'll be the last straw. White folk will have had it with you. And this will be your second one or first one? Second, go ahead. Hold on, let me get a shot of you. Go ahead.
Shabbat Shalom, Elder.
Shabbat Shalom, man.
Elder, I just had a question. With all the righteous people in the world, why they couldn't band together and just get rid of those people who
get rid of who?
The 1% that's causing all this chaos with homosexuality and stuff?
In America?
I mean, all over the world. Like, ain't
Well,
there a small group?
Yeah, I know, but not everybody thinks the same way, right? So in America, they have the homosexual movement. And what happens is that they elect certain representatives in government that can put forth their agenda. And so they get the representatives, like they got the Senate and the House of Representatives, right?
Yes, sir.
So the people that are in the Senate House of Representatives, their platform, they got into office by big money. Right. And them sodomites got big money. Yeah. That's why in black churches you got so many sodomites up in there, because they pay the money. Okay. Right, so money talks.
Yes, sir.
And that's the bottom line, money.
Okay.
It's not, like I said, they're about, what, 1% of the population?
Yes, sir.
But they got the money. And they can buy them some representation in government. So the government will pass certain laws to protect them from any harm or any discrimination.
Wow.
Now you got your president here putting out executive orders, right, saying that men cannot participate in women's sports. That's just common sense. Yeah. But you see how far America's gone? That you allow men to play in women's sports? That's why they get Title IX for. Title IX is supposed to protect women in sports. But now you got men making people think that they're women so they can play in women's sports. Okay. So you got your president said no more. So all those people that won those swimming contests and races, they've lost the title.
Wow.
They lost all that the rewards for winning whatever they were in. But it's money that talks. That's why it's such a problem here in America that such a small group of people got so much money that they can influence government policies. Now, I'm not saying this is the same all over the world, but in Europe,
yes,
they got homosexual rights. Great Britain, France, Germany, Poland, they got those homosexual rights too. But you got to remember now, look where they came from. They came from the Greek and Roman Empire, didn't they?
Yes.
Right? Well, the Greek and Roman Empire allowed that type of behavior. They didn't have a problem with it. So it's a natural phenomenon for them to go back to the way they used to be.
Okay.
But
so,
we, as a people, are supposed to be a conservative people. And they don't want that getting out.
So basically, the people that's in, who know right from wrong, that's in power, they integrity has been compromised because if they know that's wrong, they don't have any fear of their gods.
Well, they don't have a God to say that's wrong.
Okay.
Because remember, the Greeks had Zeus, right? And the Romans had Jupiter.
Okay.
And there was no law against homosexual with those gods.
Oh,
it was just a natural phenomenon for a Roman soldier to have him a little boyfriend.
Oh, okay. So basically, it was part of their culture, right?
It wasn't a big deal. So it was just part of life.
Okay.
But when they became Christians, now it's a problem. Because now we got a law against that type of behavior.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes,
but they breaking off from that law, and now they're going back to the way they used to be.
Okay.
And black people follow them. Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of history involved in that. So we can see where it comes from. But nevertheless, our book said that's wrong. That's an abomination. So that's another way Yahweh's separating us from the rest of the nations, because the rest of the nations do not have a law to tell them what is right and what is wrong, but we do. So we got that law that said that's an abomination. You deserve to die. Hey, Yahweh is not going to have that mess among his people. Because you can't have babies being a homosexual. So if you're going to be a nation, you got to be growing as a nation. Right now, white people's birth rate is going down. Why? Because of this homosexuality all around the place. And then you got the women refusing to get married and have families, and instead they want their careers, they want their businesses, they want money. right? And if they want more money, they can get married, divorce the husband a year later, and take all his money. That's the way the system works. That's why a lot of brothers don't get married, because the system is against them. A wife can divorce you for any reason. Now, the millionaires, they're smart. They take those prenuptial agreements. Yeah. Right? Say, we get a divorce, you don't get a damn dime. Well, she'll walk away from that. But it's sad that you got to put that in place to protect your assets, because that woman will take everything you got. And you have to start all over again. Right? So, yeah, you make some conditions on that wedding vow. I'm sorry, bro. I should have said this years ago. Yeah, well, there's a lot of things I wish I had known. But nevertheless, you had to go through that. I had to go through what I had to go through to get to where we are now. Yes. Right? And that's what's written in this book. That's right. That's the main thing. So it's well worth it. I mean, yeah, you remember the tears and the pain and the hurt back in those days. Yes. But that was for a purpose, to let you know, had you known this, you would never done that. So now you can tell other young folk, don't do what I did, because you end up a wreck like me. So yeah, you went through that just so you have that experience. When you're an elder, you can tell the young folk, don't do what I did. You had to bear the brunt of that. I had to bear the brunt of what I did. But nevertheless, Yahweh spared me to see that, yeah, I put you through that myself, because you ain't got a damn bit of sense. I'm going to teach you. Don't you ever do that again. The hell you think you are, marrying a black woman? So, I learned my lesson. So praise Yah. You learned your lesson? Yeah. So, I mean, it's for a reason. That's how you grow. You don't grow feeling nice. You grow from pain and sorrow and hurt. That's how you grow. Yeah, but were you going to say something?
No, I was saying those athletes today, they marrying them white women.
Yeah.
And Hispanics.
Yeah.
It's sad, man. It's not funny, but I look at them, nothing but biracial, well, they mingle seeds, we got me, but biracial boys run up and down that court.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, with Steph Curry.
Yeah, he one of them.
Yeah. So it's sad that it got to be that way, but black women are toxic. Now, this is your third one, isn't it? You got one more? He already had two? Got the bell gonna ring on you, buddy. Yeah, I can't have more than two. Didn't you hear what Steve said this morning? So you brothers got two questions you can ask. Let's see. So you missed that, didn't you? Yeah, so check with me after this. Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
Isaiah chapter 42, verse 18. Hear, you deaf, and look, you blind, that you may see. Who is blind but my servant, or deaf as my messenger that I sent? Who is blind as he that is perfect, and blind as Yahweh's servant? Seeing many things, but thou observest not. Opening the ears, but he heareth not. Yahweh is well pleased for his righteousness' sake. He will magnify the law and make it honorable. But this is a people robbed and spoiled. They are all of them snared in holes, and they are hid in prison houses. They are for prey, and none delivereth, for spoil, and none saith, restore.
That, again, is what's happened to us. Because we've gone through all these changes, all these pains and sorrows. Why? Because, well, we're going to read why. Go ahead, Brother Stephen. Read that verse again.
But this is a people robbed and spoiled. They are all of them snared in holes, and they are hid in prison houses. They are for a prey, and none delivereth, for a spoil, and none saith, restore. Who among you will give ear to this? Who will hearken and hear for the time to come? Who gave Yaakov for a spoil and Israel to the robbers? Did not Yahweh, he against whom we have sinned? For they would not walk in his ways, neither were they obedient unto his law. Therefore he hath poured upon him the fury of his anger and the strength of battle, and it hath set him on fire round about. Yet he knew not, and it burned him, yet he laid it not to heart.
Black people don't understand why they're going through what they're going through. Because they don't keep Yahweh's law. It says here in verse 23, who among you will give ear to this? Who will hearken and hear for the time to come? Who gave Yaakov for a spoil and Israel to the robbers? Did not Yahweh, he against whom we have sinned? For they would not walk in his ways, neither were they obedient unto his law. Yahweh put them in prison. Yahweh put you through them changes to let you know you ain't been keeping my law. You haven't taken me seriously. But if you don't know that, then you're going to sin before Yahweh. He's going to put you down. Just because you don't know no better, you're still responsible. So that's the same thing. Yahweh caused us a lot of pain. You have to give it to Yahweh the glory because he put us through all of that just to bring us here, to see why we went through all them changes. Because he wasn't keeping Yahweh's law. Now, I ask you, any of these Hebrew camps around the country, do you hear about them, any of them going to prison? No. Why? They're keeping Yahweh's law. So he has a reason not to break forth on them. But if you're not keeping Yahweh's law, he's going to break forth on you. So we still give him the glory because he's the one that put them in jail. He just said so here. Why? Because they refuse to keep Yahweh's law. In verse 25, it says, therefore he hath poured upon him the fury of his anger and the strength of battle, and it hath set him on fire round about. Yet he knew not, and it burned him, yet he laid it not to heart. They don't know why they're going through all these changes. What do? They blame white people. It's racism. You people are racist, especially when you are. When the white policeman pulled a black woman over in a car, the first thing come out of her mouth, you're a racist. Well, that is getting old. White folks ain't listening to them no more. It used to affect them, but now they don't care. They say, you breaking the law, girl. You coming to jail unless you show me some ID. I ain't got to show you no ID. I ain't got no ID. See, the lawyer says, don't say too much to these policemen. But you can't tell them sisters that because they too busy cussing the police out. And again, I had to snatch them out of the car. No, they had to break the window first. And snatch them out of the car and wrestle them to the ground, take about 3 or 4 of them to wrestle that one woman down. You seen black women when they get loose? If I see two black women fighting, I'm walking away. I'm not going to interfere with them fighting because they may turn against me. So yeah, you want this too, don't you? No, I ain't going to be no hero. I saw a video of a policeman wrestling his sister down. She had just stole something. And the brother came out, started looking at him, big brother, about 6'6", about 400 pounds, right? Looked like he ready to jump on somebody. And the policeman said, you better stay back. So, what you doing? You leave that girl? Well, you better stay back. Like he going to be a hero, right? Next thing you know, he going to jail too. Tased him. Yeah. You can't be a hero to these black women when they're fighting. You can't break them up because their mind is fried. Say, I got to kill this woman before the day is out. I'm going to beat the hell out of her. So don't get involved with somebody that got that mindset because if you prevent them from beating the hell out of that person, beating them to death, they're going to take it out on you. And them women ain't scared of you, especially them short ones. Well, you be fighting them all day. You wonder, why did I get out of bed this morning? If I'd have stayed in bed, I would have met this woman, and my day would have been nice. But now I'm ruined. My nose is bleeding. I got my black eye, and that's hard to do on a person like me. So you know you should not interfere with two black women when they fight. You can't stop them unless you call the police. And then get your lawn chair out, because this is going to be fun. Brother Stephen, let's go to Exodus 33 and verse 12 through 34 and verse 17. Exodus 33 and verse 12 to chapter 34 and verse 17. Exodus 33 and verse 12 through chapter 34 and verse 17.
Exodus chapter 33, verse 12. And Moshe said unto Yahweh, See, thou sayest unto me, Bring up this people, and thou hast not let me know whom thou wilt send with me. Yet thou hast said, I know thee by name, and thou hast also found grace in my sight. Now therefore I pray thee, if I have found grace in thy sight, show me now thy way, that I may know thee, that I may find grace in thy sight, and consider that this nation is thy people. And he said, My presence shall go with thee, and I will give thee rest. And he said unto him, If thy presence go not with me, carry us not up hence. For wherein shall it be known here that I and thy people have found grace in thy sight? Is it not in that thou goest with us? So shall we be separated, I and thy people, from all the people that are upon the face of the earth.
Boom, right there. We are separated from all the people of the earth. We're not supposed to be like anybody else, because we got a God, they don't. And so we have to make sure that they know we got a God. And how do we do that? By keeping his law, keeping these commandments. Because none of the other nations keep these laws and commandments. Even the people that say that they're Jews, they don't keep these commandments. They may read them, but they don't keep them. Because they're not Yahweh's people. We're Yahweh's people. And we're separate, we're supposed to be separate from the rest of the nation. So you see, the foolishness of Martin Luther King want to integrate with white people. Now you're going against Yahweh now. So Yahweh had to get rid of him. Right? Because he caused the people to sin against Yahweh. And from what I've been hearing is that Martin Luther King was not a true Christian. He didn't believe in the revelation and the resurrection. Martin Luther King did not believe in the virgin birth. So we didn't hear about this at the time he was alive. The man had a very good speaking voice. You couldn't help but be mesmerized by his voice. But we didn't see what was behind that voice, where his mind was. He says some mighty pretty words, as if he was sincere about his feeling for the people. But you go back, they say hindsight is 20/20, right? So when you go back and look at what this man was about, you see that a lot of Christians did not like that man because he didn't adhere to the Christian ways. Because the Christian believe in the resurrection, they believe in the virgin birth, and all those things are written down. So what kind of Christian was Martin Luther King anyway? If he doesn't believe in that, those are two mainstays of the Christian faith. To believe in the virgin birth and the resurrection. So Martin Luther King didn't do that, believe that, so what did he believe? From what I've been hearing, you remember in one of his speeches, he said, the government should take care of us. The government should make sure that we get paid as much as white people get paid. Now, he said that himself. Well, that's Marxism. He's a Marxist.
That's right.
So we didn't realize what he was saying. But that's Marxist ideology. And they still revere the man. Don't understand what kind of man he was. And, you know, J. Edgar Hoover had all the dirt on him. And They say he was partying his ass off. Yeah, with a bunch of women. Yeah. And he had, I think his name was Bayard Rushton.
I heard that name.
Huh?
I heard of that name.
I think he was a sodomite among those people. Yeah, he was a sodomite on the civil rights movement. And they had to get rid of him. They had to say, you can't come with us no more because you're making us look bad. So he had to quit the civil rights movement because he liked boys. Wow. Yeah. So it goes back that far. So by integrating us with the white people, you're breaking Yahweh's law. So when you break Yahweh's law like that, yeah, he got to do something about you, bro, because you're making all his people sin before Yahweh. So you got black people want to move in white folk neighborhood, but you don't have white folks want to move into our neighborhood until recently. Mm-hmm. White folks trying their best to stay away from y'all. So what do? They put guns in your neighborhood so you can kill each other off. And that's what black people are doing, especially when you got young black boys that ain't never had a father in their house, or don't have a father figure. All they got is the emotions of their mother and their sisters. And so the first thing they do when they pick up that gun is shoot somebody. When somebody make them mad just that quick, instead of think about it. So, well, is that enough for me to get mad at this person? They don't think of those terms because they're too emotional. And so they end up going to jail or to prison, whatever. And the prison house will change them into a woman. You already got the emotions of a woman. So the next step for you to become a woman. It's geared mostly to destroy. See, there used to be a time white folk didn't have nothing to do with us. We stayed in our community, and they stayed in theirs. But once them civil rights people started acting up, want to integrate with them, well, that's when we destroyed ourselves. We're still destroying ourselves. But it goes back that far, back to the 60s and the 50s, actually. That's how far it goes back. So you got generation after generation after generation of the deterioration of Yahweh's people. So they do anything to get into the movies. If you want to get into the movies, you got to go through Esau. Esau got to turn you out. And that's what he does. You see, some of them black movie stars, they had to dress up as women at one time, at some time in their career. Because that's what Esau wants them to do, dress up as a woman. Look at Wesley Snipes. He dressed up as a woman. Yeah. And so you got movie deals. But if you don't dress up like a woman, you're not going to get very far. But that's the way emasculating black men is to have them shown as feminine. Black men don't know it. Now that's just part of the game they play. But they don't understand that you are influencing a younger generation. So the younger generation don't see anything wrong with a man putting on a dress like your boy Tyler Perry. That's how he make $1 billion, acting like a woman. Is that the kind of influence you want to have on your people? That to make big money, you got to dress up as a woman? Something's wrong with that picture. That the only way you can make it is to dress up like a woman. Why not dress up like a man? Or act like a man? They don't want that because that means you're a threat. They don't want no black hero. So they rather you act more feminine so it can affect the men that never had a father in their life. And let them know that if you want to make it in life, you got to be a sodomite. Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
What Obama said, he's talking about every young man need a gay friend.
Yeah. Yes. What? Obama said every young black man needs a gay friend. Yes. Yes. So he got 100% of the black vote, didn't he? Twice.
You better say that, Elder.
See what happens when you don't have Yahweh's law? See, if you had Yahweh's law, you wouldn't have voted for him in the first place. You wouldn't even be voting. So people without Yahweh's law, these are the choices that they make It's always detrimental to them. That they'll vote for a man that says it's all right for two men to get married, or two women to get married. Just on the face of it, you know that's wrong. That's never happened before in history. Same-sex marriage, only here in America. That's another reason why America has to be destroyed. That's another reason why we read in the prophecies concerning America that America is going to be destroyed like Yahweh destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah. Fire and brimstone. So we see what's happening. Trump pissing off everybody. And the main players in the prophecies are coming together now. So I'm looking at that and say, yeah, this might be the year. First of all, you got the 250th birthday of America coming up in a few months. That's the average time of an empire, right? And then you got a president that throwing bombs on another country, and this country is fighting back. See, Trump trying to make you think, well, they defeated now. This will be done in a couple of days. No, they just shot down one of your jets. Them bad boys fast as lightning. How did the Iranians shoot down one of your jets? They found one pilot, but they can't find the other. So Trump, yeah, he was entertaining for a minute, but this is the real world now. You got them folk that you shooting at already over here. And they got their orders. They waiting on the green light. They said, throw down on this bad boy, start blowing stuff up. And you ain't gonna know where it's coming from. Because America now has a whole lot of enemies. Not only on the outside, but on the inside. Check that out. Anytime you're about to go into a civil war, and that's what's happening, about to go into a civil war, of people that believe in homosexual rights and people that don't believe in homosexual rights. How you get on a fight like that? What's that to fight over? What happened to common sense in America? What happened to my white people? I could count on white people to do things that men do. Now they don't know how to be men. I don't know. I'm about to turn white people loose. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
Exodus chapter 33, verse 17. And Yahweh said unto Moshe, I will do this thing also that thou hast spoken, for thou hast found grace in my sight, and I know thee by name. And he said, I beseech thee, show me thy glory. And he said, I will make all my goodness pass before thee, and I will proclaim the name of Yahweh before thee, and will be gracious to whom I will be gracious, and will show mercy on whom I will show mercy.
Did you hear what he said here in verse 19? And he said, I will make all my goodness pass before thee. He didn't say, I'm going to pass before thee. I'm going to let my goodness pass before thee. And I will proclaim the name of Yahweh before thee, and will be gracious to whom I will be gracious, and will show mercy on whom I will show mercy. He's going to see his goodness. Not the physical part of him, but the good part of him. Right? Listen how he phrases it. See, yeah, you're going to see me, but you're going to just see the goodness of me. And apparently, that's something personified. Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
Exodus chapter 33, verse 20. And he said, thou canst not see my face, but thou shalt no man see me and live. And Yahweh said, behold, there is a place by me, and thou shalt stand upon a rock. And it shall come to pass, while my glory passes by, that I will put thee in a cliff of the rock, and will cover thee with my hand while I pass by. And I will take away mine hand, and thou shalt see my back parts, but my face shall not be seen.
This is a very, very powerful angel. Because he said, you can't see my face. Because if you see my face, you'll die. Now, we know this is not Yahweh. This is an angel talking. Right? But he requested of Yahweh to let me see your glory. I want to see who I've been talking to. So apparently, he hadn't really seen Yahweh. right? He went up into the mount for 40 days and 40 nights, right? But he must have realized that's not Yahweh. That's why I said, let me see you, right? And he let his glory go before him. He said, but you can't see my face. Now, that tells us that there are some angels that are so powerful that you can't look upon them. Take, for instance, Michael, the angel of the burning bush. Now, he told Moshe, take your shoes off, because the ground you stand on is holy ground. No other angels ever said that. Nobody but Michael. Now you got an angel here saying, you can't even see my face. So we got a hierarchy of power and dominion of these different angels, right? Some can come up to you, give you the message, and get home. Because they did their job. That's what an angel is, a messenger, right? So with this angel here, this is a very, very powerful angel that you cannot look at his face. As a matter of fact, he told him to stand upon the rock, right? And I'm going to put you in the cleft of the rock, but I'm going to hide you with my hand. Now, how big is this angel? One hand, right? How big is this angel? He said, I'm going to read this again. And Yahweh said, behold, there is a place by me, and thou shalt stand upon a rock, and it shall come to pass while my glory passes by, that I will put thee in the cleft of the rock, and I'll cover thee with my hand while I pass by. That's not my hand. That hand, that hand can cover a whole human person. So he can't see beyond the hand. He can see the hand, but he ain't able to see beyond that hand. So it's a pretty big hand for you to cover a grown man. How big is that hand? And how big was that angel? See, I mean, these are things you should consider. I mean, these are just not words. You got to look at the logistics of what they're saying here. So how does one hand cover a whole man? I can cover my face, but I can't do anything more. But this man covered a whole man, put him in the cliff of a rock, and covered him with his hand. Now, I guess he could see through the fingers him walking by. Go ahead, Brother Seth.
Exodus, 33:23. Did I read that last verse?
Yeah, you read it.
Okay. Exodus 34, verse 1. And Yahweh said unto Moshe, hew thee 2 tables of stone like unto the first, and I will write upon these tables the words that were in the first tables, which thou breakest. And be ready in the morning, and come up in the morning unto Mount Sinai, and present thyself there to me in the top of the mount. And no man shall come up with thee, neither let any man be seen throughout all the mount, neither let the flocks nor herds feed before that mount. And he hewed 2 tables of stone like unto the first. And Moshe rose up early in the morning, and went up unto Mount Sinai, as Yahweh had commanded him, and took in his hand the 2 tables of stone. And the Adonai descended in the cloud and stood with him there, and proclaimed the name of Yahweh. And the Adonai passed by before him, and proclaimed, Yahweh, Yahweh Elohim, merciful and gracious, long-suffering, and abundance in goodness and truth, keeping mercy for thousands, forgiving iniquity and transgression and sin, and that will by no means clear the guilty, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children and upon the children's children unto the 3rd and to the 4th generation. And Moshe made haste and bowed his head toward the earth and worshiped. And he said, if now I have found grace in thy sight, O Yahweh, let my Adonai, I pray thee, go among us. For it is a stiff-necked people, and pardon our iniquity and our sin, and take us for thine inheritance. And he said, behold, I make a covenant, verse 10, and he said, behold, I make a covenant. Before all thy people I will do marvels, such as have not been done in all the earth, nor in any nation, and all the people among which you are shall see the work of Yahweh, for it is a terrible thing that I will do with thee. Observe thou that which I command thee this day. Behold, I drive out before thee the Amorite, and the Canaanite, and the Hittite, and the Perizzite, and the Hivite, and the Jebusite. Take heed to thyself, lest thou make a covenant with the inhabitants of the land whither thou goest, lest it be for a snare in the midst of thee. But you shall destroy their altars and break their images and cut down their groves, for thou shalt worship no other God. For Yahweh, whose name is jealous, is a jealous God. Lest thou make a covenant with the inhabitants of the land, and they go a-whoring after their gods, and do sacrifice unto their gods, and one call you, and you eat of his sacrifice. And thou take up their daughters unto their sons, and their daughters go a-whoring after their gods, and make thy sons go a-whoring after their gods. Thou shalt make thee no molten gods.
Simple, easy instructions. Do not make unto you graven image or molten images. Simple as that. But apparently that went over the head of our fathers because they did it anyway. Brother Stephen, let's go to John chapter 5. I just want you to read one verse. John chapter 5, verse 37. Now we have read about Moshe and his relation with Yahweh and Yahweh's relationship with the children of Israel, right? And remember that when they heard the Ten Commandments, they didn't see who was giving it. All they heard was a voice, right? But what we just read here in Exodus 33, we see the goodness of Yahweh passing before him. Apparently that was personified. His goodness was personified in this angel, said that Moshe could not look upon his face. That was too much goodness. So he put him in a cliff of a rock and hid him with his hand. So now I want you to see what Mashiach said about what Moshe saw and the children of Israel. John 5 and verse 37.
And the Father himself, which have sent me, have borne witness of me. You have neither heard his voice at any time, nor seen his shape.
Now that brings clarity, because what Moshe and the rest of the children of Israel saw out there was not Yahweh. And the voice they heard, giving them the Ten Commandments, that was not Yahweh's voice. Check that out, Judah. That was not Yahweh's voice. And that what they saw, that angel that walked before Moshe, that wasn't Yahweh. Because Mashiach said, you never seen him. You never heard him. So those are angels. Why would Yahweh need to be seen? Why would he need to be heard? He got his angels doing all that work for him. So with that, you have to say, we'll never see Yahweh. We give him the glory. He makes sure that he gets the glory. So it's kind of hard to wrap your mind around giving glory to somebody that you can't see. But we got his word here. And see what his words are glorious. As a matter of fact, by his word, all things were created. Check that out, Judah. His word created everything. He didn't have to lift a hand to do nothing. His word, he spoke it into existence. Everything, he spoke it into existence. So that's what we're left here to understand, that his words are very powerful. That's why we have to be careful of our words. Because they can manifest themselves just like Yahweh's word manifests himself in his creation. Our words could manifest themselves in some other thing. Be careful that things come out your mouth. Then the Mashiach say, let your answer be yea, yea, and nay, nay. Because he's also said, we have to give an account of everything that comes out of our mouth. You're going to be judged, you're going to be condemned by what you say, or you're going to be blessed for what you say. I'm paraphrasing. So our words, you have to be careful of the words we're using and how we use these words. Make sure you're careful that things come out of your mouth. And that goes for anybody that, for instance, gossip, talking about other people behind the back. You think Yahweh don't hear you? Because he can see what's in your heart. So if you're gossiping about somebody that you don't like, you got to answer for that. Because your words are very powerful. And they could cause you a lot of trouble. So let your words be few. But if you're going to have words, use Yahweh's words. I use the prophet's words, the Mashiach's words, or the apostles' words. Use their words. That's why we read this book so much. The majority of what we teach comes from the book, not from the flesh. The holy men wrote this book. So we read their words. And when possible, we can recite those words to those non-believers to show them, yeah, what I just said comes from the book, the same book you got in your house. Let me stop here, brothers and sisters. It looks like I'm going to have a part 3 again here. You saw it coming, didn't you? I don't do that very much. Started to get more and more, huh? Well, I don't know, man. All right. Let me see here. See, this phone is so slow today. I know it's something in here. Oh, here we go. All right, let's see here. King Dreddy, is earth level 3 or level 1. I remember level 2 is the angels and the beasts. Okay. I was wondering what we're talking about levels. You got 3 levels of heaven. Paul verified that in 2 Corinthians chapter 12. And he saw a vision of the 3rd level of heaven. Now, when you go in the book of Revelation, you see the Mashiach is in the 3rd level, the highest level that you can get. That's where the Father is. Now, on the 2nd level, you got Israel and the rest of the angels and the angelic beasts on that 2nd level. And the 1st level is what we can see up in the skies. That's the 1st level. So, let's see, is the earth level 3 or level 1? Level 1, my brother. I remember level 2 is the angels and the beasts. You're right, you're correct about that. So, earth is level 1, and the 3rd level is where Yahweh and the Mashiach sits. Let's see here. Who else? The question Elder Stephen referenced is not MLK Day, but 404 Day, today that people are gathering for. Have you heard of this?
Yeah,
404 Day? Yeah, 404 Day, yeah. What does that mean? I never heard of it.
That's the day Martin Luther King died, the
4th of April?
Date's 3rd.
That's a,
Okay.
yeah, it's an area code. Everybody in that area code? That sounds kind of childish, man.
Yeah. Making money, though.
Yeah, but I guess black people thought of it, right? Yeah, it sounds like them. All right, this 404 Day today that people are gathering. Today is the 4th, right? Yeah, okay. Tamika, Israel, let's see here. Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. What Yahweh song? Elder Donald Trump broke tradition and would not place his hand on the Bible when sworn in. They went nuts. Did y'all see that? When he took the oath of office, he wouldn't put his hand on the Bible. It didn't bother me, but Yahweh song said people nutted up all over the place. Why?
They're not following it anyway themselves.
Yeah, I mean, you're the most godless people in the world.
Yeah.
And you upset because he wouldn't put his hand on the Bible?
Hypocrites.
Yeah, they just want to start some mess. He won't even put his hand on the Bible. So what? That doesn't stop him from being president. He's still the president. That's what they don't like, because he's the president. They tried every trick in the book to keep him from being sworn into office. But now, this president says, I want to go to heaven. Check that out. Now, before he became president, he didn't say nothing about God. Now he got to talk about God all the time. Well, I guess if I got shot at twice, I'll talk about God too. It says, during Barack Obama's first inauguration on January 20, 2009, Michelle Obama held a historic Lincoln Bible. This burgundy velvet bound Bible used by Abraham Lincoln in 1861 is part of the Library of Congress collection. For his second term in 2013, he used both the Lincoln Bible and Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s. Yahweh be magnified. So, who is this? Oh, Barack Obama. Yeah, well, what's the point of him taking oath of office in the Bible? Come on, folks. That's just for show. Because that man has got to be the most godless man ever been president. Shalom, Caroline, Israel. Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Caroline, Israel. Shabbat Shalom, Zachariah, Israel. Crania, Egyptia, observations on Egyptian ethnography. Negroes were numerous in Egypt, but the social position in ancient times was the same that it now is, that of servants and slaves. Well, that's what the children of Israel were, but they were not Egyptians. And they were not, Negroes is a term given to us by white people. Actually, Negroes come from the land of Negroes. Right? There used to be a land named Negro land. Right? So that's why they call it Negroes. But black people don't understand that because they never taught that they come from Negro land. So they took that word Negro and bastardized it because white people bastardized it. So you just an N-word. And that's what hip-hop always like to use, the N-word. Now I understand that you came from a land called Negro land. Let's see here. Shabbat Shalom, Leo Brown, tapping in all the way from Ohio. Check it out, bro. Praise Yahweh for you, Leo Brown. Shalom, Brother Alahayim. Praise Yah. Shalom, Brother Ezra ben Israel. It says, when we read Exodus 34 and 14, whose name is jealous? Is a jealous Elohim? Could this be the definition of his name before? Since he will have no other gods before him? Yeah, I guess you can say that, but you can't look at that as his proper name. That describes who he is. He is jealous. He's the epitome of jealousy. You never want to get this man, this God that jealous. So when you talk about jealous, he's the God of jealousy. So you can't get more jealous than Yahweh. That's what that was all about. That's when he said, my name is jealous. Let you know I'm the epitome of jealousy. That's all he's saying. But it describes his demeanor that he is jealous. He's a jealous God. Yeah, you can use that to describe Yahweh, but nevertheless, all you got is his name. Is there anything else back there, brothers? You? Okay, it came from you? Okay. All right. Shabbat Shalom. How do you know that was Michael, the angel of the burning bush? I know he was assigned to the children of Israel. That's true. Now, let's look at that. Let's go back to that particular verse in chapter 3 of Exodus. It says, verse 4, I'll pick it up at verse 4. And when Yahweh saw that he turned aside to see, Elohim called unto him out of the midst of the bush and said, Moshe, Moshe, he said, here am I. And he said, draw not near hither. Put off thy shoes from off thy feet, for the place whereon thou standest is holy ground. Moreover, he said, I am the Elohim of thy father, the Elohim of Abraham, the Elohim of Isaac, and the Elohim of Jacob. And Moshe hid his face, for he was afraid to look upon. So we wonder, how do I know that was Michael? Right? Well, let's go to Joshua chapter 5 and verse 15. I'm going to pick this up at verse 13. Joshua chapter 5 and verse 13. It said, now this is Joshua coming into the promised land. He said, and it came to pass when Joshua was by Jericho that he lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, there stood a man over against him with his sword drawn in his hand. And Joshua went unto him and said unto him, art thou for us or for our adversaries? And he said, nay, but as captain of the host of Yahweh am I not come. And Joshua fell on his face to the earth and did worship, and said unto him, what saith my master unto his servant? And the captain of Yahweh's host said unto Joshua, loose thy shoe from off thy foot, for the place whereon thou standest is holy ground. And Joshua did so. Right? So you got two instances where this one angel said, you take your shoes off when you're around me. Right? But he says, I'm the captain of Yahweh's host. Now let's go to another place. Let's go to Daniel chapter 12 and verse 1.
Mm-hmm. I had to go there the other day.
So we're finding out why we know that that's Michael. And Daniel chapter 12, verse 1, it says, at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble such as never was, since there was a nation even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book. Right? So let's go to one more place. Hold on a second here. I think I want to go to Revelation, but I want to make sure. Let's see here. Let's see. Let's go to Revelation chapter 12, verse 7 to verse 12. Revelation chapter 12 and verse 7 to verse 12. It says, now remember now, we read about him in Exodus, he said, take your shoes off your feet. Right? Then we read about him in Joshua, he says, I'm the captain of Yahweh's host, take your shoes off your feet. Right? So this is a warrior angel, captain of Yahweh's host, his armies. So we look here in Revelation 12, verse 7, it says, and there was war in heaven, Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels, and prevailed not. Neither was there place found any more in heaven. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. And I heard a voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation, and strength, and the kingdom of our Elohim, and the power of his Mashiach. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our Elohim day and night. He's just doing his job. Right? But now you can't do it from heaven now. So you show up at the throne and say, yeah, look what Steve doing. Mm-hmm. You see what he's doing? He's making fun of the push-up man.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Well, what Yahweh got, he ain't got no trust. I got to get it. So that's how we know. Let me hold a second. Okay, so we know that he's assigned to the children of Israel. He stands up for us. The most powerful angel of Yahweh's angels. He's assigned to us, right? So that's why we know that that's Michael, by the different references to him, that he was that holy that you can't, the ground that you're standing on, that's holy ground. That's how holy he is. Why? Because he's the captain of Yahweh's host. He's a very, very powerful angel, right? So that's how we know that that's Michael that was in that burning bush, by the words that he used, right? So we see the same thing was said to Joshua, and so we describe him a little bit more in the further verses that are in his book, that is Michael, the captain of the Yahweh's host, that stands up for us, Judah. We got our own angel. Check that out. Who else can say that? We got our own angel, man. That's saying something. That don't mean you get a big head, though. That's one of the reasons you're over here now, because you got a big head. But just be confident to let you know Yahweh been with us before we even knew he was with us. Yes. Why do you think you're still alive now? Yes. Yeah, you had them ministering spirits with you to the people that are heirs to salvation. So yes, Yahweh been with us all along. He's just letting us know in these times, say, yeah, I'm here. Yeah. So you be careful. Things come out your mouth. Be careful of the things you do. You stop doing the things that I don't like. And we've done a lot. So by all means, praise Yahweh. Appreciate that question. That's a good question. How do we know that was Mikael? Is there anything else back there, brothers? Because I don't. Huh? Okay. Let's see. Brother Mikael, can you explain Colossians chapter 1 verse 15? Focusing on firstborn. Okay, let's see. Colossians chapter 1 verse 15. Let's see here. Who is the image of the invisible Elohim, the firstborn of every creature? That's what I think the issue was, focusing on firstborn. Firstborn is just first fruits. He's the first one that was resurrected with a brand new body. That's what that means. So he was the first one. He's a new creation. So that there's no one born like him. So that he would be called. Tell you what, let's go to Psalms. I think I want to go to Psalms. Let's see here. Yeah, Psalm chapter 2. And Brother Stephen, pick this up at verse 1. To verse 8. So the question is, focusing on the firstborn, right?
Psalms chapter 2, verse 1. Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? Mm-hmm. The kings of the earth set themselves and the rulers take counsel together against Yahweh and against his anointed, saying, let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us. He that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh, the Adonai shall have them in derision. Then shall he speak unto them in his wrath and vex them in his sore displeasure. Yet have I set my king upon my holy hill of Zion. I will declare the decree. Yahweh have said unto me, thou art my son, this day have I begotten thee.
This day I have begotten thee. So that will qualify for him being the firstborn. Firstborn meaning he was the first resurrected person. Firstborn is called Yahweh resurrected him from death. Okay, so that is, but the strange thing about Colossians that the Mashiach is supposed to be the image of the invisible God. How can you become the image of something you can't see? But that's the way the book is written. That's how they looked at things. So it wasn't meant for the simple-minded people. It's the people that want to think. Mm-hmm. This book ain't for people that like to shout and run up and down the aisle. This is for people that think. I appreciate the question, Brother Mikael. I appreciate the question because it is a legitimate question. He says the firstborn of every creature. So that means he's the eldest child, the first son, right? That's why he's the firstborn. So I hope that helped you out. Good question, though. Zachariah, that are not Egyptians. I think that's, let me see here, that's a continuation to another question. Oh, here it is. It said, Negroes were numerous in Egypt, but their social position in ancient times was the same that it now is, that of servants and slaves. and he says that Negroes are not Egyptians. That's correct. Negroes are not Egyptians. So, but you got some brothers that say they are. Well, if you're Egyptian, what are you doing here? Why aren't you in Egypt? See? Well, so that shows you the brothers don't think. They use their emotion. We got to be Egyptians, right? And they went around. We had a brother that was good. You remember him? I forgot his name, but he was putting down Hebrew Israelites, outdoing them. They couldn't handle, Polite, brother Polite, right? Brother was smart. He can prove it. He had another brother out there with him. I forgot his name. He had an Egyptian name, but again, these are just fast because I don't think very many people clung to those brothers. Because I think Brother Polite got in trouble with the police, didn't he? Yeah. So you can't have a movement when you're in trouble with the police. Now, Hamashiach was not in trouble with the Romans, but that didn't stop his own people turning him in. Yeah. But Polite broke the law some kind of way. So I don't know what law he broke, but the police got him. Underage girls? Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm sorry to hear that.
No, the other guy was Sinetta.
He's a what?
The other guy you mentioned was Sinetta.
Sinetta? Okay, you know all about that, don't you, brother Elder? Yeah. I don't have to question some of y'all, brother. Go check the enlistment papers to see exactly what y'all about. Okay, I think that's about it. You're right about that, Zachariah, that Negroes are not Egyptians. Besides that, Yahweh said he's going to make a difference between the children of Israel and Egyptians. So why do you have to make a difference between us and them? It's because we look like them. And we can't, and that, they wanted to say the Egyptians were African. No, they were Egyptians first. White folks put that African name on them. But I think they used to be called Kemet. Africa used to be called Kemet. Egypt used to be called Kemet. Yeah. So again, you know where the name Egypt come from, right? It comes from the Greeks. That's a Greek word. Egypt, that's a Greek word. So who changed it from Kemet to Egypt? The Greeks. Yeah, remember when the Greek Empire took over? They started changing names around some of them places. Now, how they got Africa out of that, I don't know. Because they want to say Scipio Africanus was named because of Africa was called Africa. But you can't prove that. There's another Africanus that I can't remember his whole name, but nevertheless, you can't prove that Africa came from white people. Well, I mean, they did name all the lands of the earth, didn't they? All them countries in Africa, about 54 countries in Africa, them names come from white people. Yeah. Nigeria, Niger, Botswana, Uganda. That's about all I can name. I can't. You got 54 countries, man. That's the best I can do. With that, I'm going to stop right here, but it's just, like I said, I did not expect to do a part 3 with this thing. Apparently, I'm going to have to. As always, oh yeah, don't forget we got a Feast of Unleavened Bread next Tuesday night. So let's come and wrap this whole thing up. We had a good time these last few days, and praise Yahweh for you. I thank Yahweh for those of you who hadn't been here since the last Passover. It made me feel like this is Easter. But I mean, it's glad to see them. I'm glad to still see them. You know, at least they do come. But that's just like brothers don't go to church, but Easter and Christmas. That's all they do. I'm gonna stop right here, brothers and sisters. I hope you got something out of this. Don't rush. That's Mother Marsha. You finally get them out of here. If you have any questions about what we talked about today, please ask me. I'd be glad to sit down and reason with you out of this book. As always, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, my brother. Shabbat Shalom, my sister. This means peace on Yahweh's Sabbath. Shabbat Shalom, Judah. Shabbat Shalom, Israel. This means peace on Yahweh's Sabbath. We read it, not the Torah. We read it from the prophets, the wisdom books and the Psalms. Can't forget about the gospel and the epistles and all the letters in the New Testament. This the new covenant. Congregation of Israel. We authenticator, seeking out the lost sheep of the house of Yahuwah, singing praises to Yahweh and his son Yahshua. Now all the men of Israel rise on up. We say the commandment.